Welcome back to Bill Brown Stadium. We're about 10 minutes away before the opening kick here tonight between the Blue Demons and the Bruins. We mentioned Christiansburg's situation, Jerry, in Region 3, Division 3 right now. They would be the top seed if the season were to end before the games tonight. They have 21.9 average points. You have Gretna at 21.4, Hidden Valley at 19.7 potentially. Christiansburg loses this game. Gretna wins, Hidden Valley wins. Christiansburg falls from 1 to number 3, and they'd be traveling that first game.
Yes, they would, and they would be traveling to a team that shut them out last week. So Christiansburg having that looming in their heads. But Christiansburg right now, they have what they want. You know, the top seed is theirs to lose if they're able to fall tonight to Blacksburg. And if they're able to stay out of that same side of the bracket as Gretna, they could have a home matchup against the Hawks in the second round of the playoffs.
Region 3, Division 4, the game up the road, one of the 3 games tonight in the River Ridge. Of course, down in Roanoke, it's big, you know, at Dwight Bogle Stadium with Hidden Valley and Cave Spring, just to see about positioning there. But Pulaski County Salem's for all the marbles, the second ever River Ridge District Championship. Of course, Blacksburg, the defending champs, not going to be able to repeat that performance this year. And also up there in Dublin, the playoff berth's on the line. Mathematically, Pulaski could lose, get some help with what's going on with Amherst, but it's not going to happen more than likely. So the winner will take all, the loser will stay home at 8-2.
That's right. It's a loser leaves town match. That's exactly right. What it is. But you know, it should be a clash down in Dublin tonight. The two storied rivals, and you know they want it to come down to that game. You know, the teams that really don't like each other, and comes down to the final matchup to see who is the champion and gets that automatic berth to the playoffs.
And how good is this River Ridge District? 4 of the 6 teams are guaranteed playoff berths. 1 in Region 3 Division 4, 3 already. 3 out of the 4 spots in Region 3 Division 3 taken up by the River Ridge schools, Christiansburg, Hidden Valley, and Cave Spring.
And, of course, one of the other ones that will be out most likely is an 8-2 team. So what can you say about that as far as River Ridge is concerned?
Unbelievable. Senior night tonight, very emotional scene down here on the field. You have all the seniors with their families, and there's a lot of senior players wearing the royal blue and gold. Again, it's that interesting chemistry combination type of deal this year. When you lost 23 seniors from last year, you would think, oh, wow, Blacksburg's going to have a lot of sophomores playing. But not the case. They had a lot of upperclassmen who couldn't break the starting lineup because of the seniors last year that are playing for the first time. So you're going to lose 21 more seniors this year. So that being said, senior night, it can be emotional. It can usually play in your favor, but sometimes guys get a little too emotional. It's tough. It's tough for Coach Chris. He has to balance out that emotion.
Well, you're exactly right. And, of course, it's easy to get pumped up. Last home game, last high school game for Blacksburg, that's guaranteed. And you're playing, Christiansburg, your big-time rival. It's rivalry night in the River Ridge District, so you have to come out, be mentally focused, and, you double that with the weather conditions, and it's all about, really, the majority of the game tonight, who's going to be more mentally prepared and more mentally focused, because if you're able to have errors as far as that point of the game is concerned, then you might find yourself in trouble early on.
And, of course, it's nice to see all the seniors in uniform being introduced, but also equally nice to see the guys who have fallen as seniors. In particular, Josh Sales and Herbie Hypes lost for the year with torn-up knees. And, it's been very emotional. Herbie Hypes, a guy that ever since he began starting as a sophomore, a guy whose motor just never stops. He's just such a leader. They haven't been able to replace him. And to say the least, when they lost Josh Sales, they lost 5 positions on this football team. I mean, they did. And they never recovered from that loss. I think the season was still salvageable at the time. In that first quarter against Northside, they were playing well. You lost 3 guys in a 3.5-minute span. I really think, though, this team tried their best, Jerry, to recover. They play hard for themselves, for their fallen comrades, but I don't think they mentally were able to get over the hump of losing guys like Josh Sales and then Herbie Hypes.
No, not at all, and especially when they entered district play, Rick, and you saw Blacksburg early on in the district play, and when they took on Cave Spring in Roanoke, and a big play early on kind of took Blacksburg out of their sails, so to speak. And then, later on as the district season progressed, you have Pulaski, and, slowly but surely Blacksburg was able to get things going in the second half of the season. It all culminated 2 weeks ago with the win over Hidden Valley, the shutout victory here in Blacksburg. But very tough, especially when you lose such key leadership. You saw Joe Turley a couple of weeks ago really bring that back out to the forefront when he was able to anchor a Blacksburg defense, which held Hidden Valley on an emotional 4-down drive inside the 10-yard line.
Throughout the evening, we'll be remembering to thank a lot of the people, or hopefully most of the people who have helped us out here in 2004, bringing you Blacksburg Bruins football here on Super Talk 101. Some of the people want to thank right off the bat over at WTOB Channel 2 and the job they do. Durley and Company, they do a great job reproducing all the home games. They've been doing this for quite a while. How many years now, Durley, have you guys been doing this? It's the 3rd year, wow, that they've been doing this. And I get so many comments throughout the week. They enjoy listening to the games, but they equally like going home on Monday. The kids, all the players make sure they watch and their families leading into Monday Night Football. They turn on the Channel 2 broadcast of the replay at 7 o'clock, leading you right into Monday Night Football. And it's great, and they do such a great job reproducing the games, and we want to thank them for allowing us to be part of their telecasts. And it's just a great way to give something back to the community. It really is.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and a chance for those that are unable to attend the game for whatever reason to be able to catch it multiple times during the following week. So it is really something special, and like you mentioned, you thank the folks over at WTOB, and couldn't thank them enough.
That's Monday night at 7, and that is Wednesday afternoon at 3. You'll get to see the replay of the final game of the 2004 season between these two crosstown rivals. You don't think they won it badly? Well, when I met Coach Cromer 3 years ago and did some of their games, we were doing both teams at that time on the radio, alternating back-to-back weeks. He said, first thing out of his mouth, we have to start beating Blacksburg. We have to do it. This program hasn't been able to do it recently. It's been 5 years. Coach Chris told me this week, if we can get this one, it's going to mean so much to the program for so many different reasons, because I really just don't like losing to those guys. And he hasn't done it very often the last couple decades. So there's a lot on the line tonight, more than just county pride. You're trying to go out a winner if you're Blacksburg. Christiansburg trying to secure the #1 seed in the Region 3 Division 3 playoffs. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it's going to be time to crank it up here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium for the final contest of the 2004 season. After this, you're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Sun exposure starting in childhood is a major cause of skin cancer. So use a high SPF sunscreen and cover your kids up whenever they're outside. They'll thank you for it someday.
All of a sudden, this place got kind of loud, huh? Blacksburg out on the field after the announcement of the senior class, and Christiansburg pulled the old uniform switcheroo, huh? They came out warming up in white jerseys, and now they come out in the all-gold look. Gold jerseys and pants, and that kind of got the crowd fired up across the way, huh?
That's right. When they came out, they just came out moments ago, and the crowd, they were electrified across the way, as you mentioned, and a mind game situation perpetrated by Christiansburg.
Well, that can go both ways. That can fire up your team. It can also fire up your opponent.
That's true.
It just goes to show you on cue how badly Coach Cromer wants this football game here tonight to pull something like that. But I like it. It's all in the spirit of competition. Again, Blacksburg 2-7, not going anywhere in the postseason. They will play very hard regardless of the last play tonight, no matter what the score is. Christiansburg also a team that plays extremely hard. According to some of their coaches, this team has had their problems a little late. They've lost 2 in a row, Jerry. Got off to such a great start, won their first 7. They've won some thrilling games, coming back to beat Salem, their only loss of the year, 36-35 when they were down 35-14. At halftime, they outscored them 21-0, and then, of course, the 4 overtime game down in Roanoke that they won against Cave Spring, 30-27. They've had a bunch of close games. They've won 7. They could have only won 2 or 3 if things would have went the opposite way. So you look at that and you realize this is a team that, again, it's a trend when you win close games like that consistently. It's not just a fluke, and that's what this Christiansburg team has done.
Well, you're exactly right. Not to mention William Byrd, 41-40. Christiansburg defeated the Terriers earlier in the season, and of course, Christiansburg once again scored over 40 against Giles in a non-district contest early on. So Christiansburg, you get accustomed to that. Good teams, they win close games, and like you mentioned, consistency is the key.
Last year, Blacksburg won in Christiansburg 20-10, en route to that 9-1 record, 5-0 here in the River Ridge. They ran for 310 yards against the Blue Demons. We'll see how it goes tonight from Bill Brown Stadium between the Birds, Blacksburg, and Christiansburg. Good atmosphere here. I don't think the rain's going to keep too many people out of this building. I mean, it's going to be on, and field conditions will be a factor from the opening snap. Again, footing's going to be a problem. Jerry and I were on the field, as he talked about. It's very slick. We were trying to just walk around the corners, and we were slipping a little bit. Of course, these players will have cleats on, but we'll see what kind of a difference that it makes. Turnovers will be a huge factor. 4 of them a week ago for Blacksburg down at Salem. They can't do that against a team like Christiansburg. Coach Chris wants to keep the ball away from this offense as much as he can. He would love some time-consuming drives, just power the football up and down the field, do exactly what they were able to do to Hidden Valley a couple weeks ago.
Rick, it's all about ball control, not only here tonight in Blacksburg, but all throughout the area, because it's going to get slick, it's going to get sloppy, especially between the hashes. And if you can go out there as a team tonight, run the football, keep it for large chunks of time, and keep the opponent's defense on the field for a long time, wear them down, then you have to like your chances as far as coming out on top and prevailing is concerned.
You can feel it in the air, can't you?
Yeah.
You can feel the intensity coming up here through the press box window. Blacksburg wearing the royal blue jerseys here at home, the white pants, gold numbers, the royal blue helmets with the gold face mask and the gold stripe down the center. Got those royal blue socks pulled high up to their knees. Christiansburg, again, as we mentioned, wearing the old gold uniforms with navy blue numbers, trimmed in white with the navy blue helmet with the gold C. Christiansburg and Blacksburg, the 2004 edition of this terrific rivalry. And Boyd's going to approach the ball, and we are underway. It's a high short kick that's going to sail out of bounds at the 10. So a break for Blacksburg on the opening kick. They're going to have some pretty good field position here as that ball is going to be brought up 30 yards.
That's right, 35-yard line. Blacksburg will start out on offense, and right there you don't have to worry about hitting anybody off the opening kickoff, and you have some pretty good field position like you mentioned, Rick. Time for Blacksburg to get their offense going.
We'll keep you updated throughout the evening on that game in Dublin, Pulaski County, and Salem for all the marbles in the River Ridge. Here comes the senior quarterback for the final time, Daniel Smith, leading the offense out. Again, Blacksburg struggled mightily a week ago, just devastated by the Salem Spartans. Yardage and 34-6 final score. Smith this year, 59 for 151, 690 yards, 7 picks, just 1 touchdown. And the Bruins are going to come out in the I formation, hand it off to Bennett, the fullback. A little trap play. He's got 5 yards after the 40-yard line before Nick Gill finally slung him to the turf. Good surge up front by the Blacksburg front 5. Not bad, 5 yards on first down.
Not bad at all. You know, nothing fancy early on by Blacksburg. First offensive play of the football game. Christiansburg there comes with a 5-3 defense, man coverage on the corner with a free safety in the back. And they're just really playing it safe because I think that they also are aware that Blacksburg may just try to do what Christiansburg may have to do, and that's control the football with the run this evening.
They've played a lot of the 4-3-4 this year, Jerry, but for tonight, Coach Kermer, you're right, a 5-man front across the front. Here's the I formation for Woods trying to bounce it outside, and that's something that he doesn't excel in. That's lateral running. He tried to go east-west instead of north-south. He's going to get probably slung back for about a yard loss, I believe, as Nick Buck went over and hit him first, and Gill finished him off. They're going to say no gain. It's going to be 3rd and a long 4.
And it takes Woods quite a while to turn that thing up along the right side there, and just great pursuit there by the Christiansburg defense to prevent him from trying to move upfield.
Ball is just outside of the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41. 3rd and 5. Huge play in this game. Blacksburg needs to keep the sticks moving. You don't want to go 3 and out against this high-powered Christiansburg offense. Get them on the field. I formation again. Bennett and Woods are going to hand it off to Matt Woods over on the right side. He leapfrogs a defender, and it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Terrific effort by Woods. Marcus Nowlin put him down right at the first down marker. And if he gets the generous spot, which he does, it's a 1st down and 10, 5 yards exactly for Woods. So they run the ball on 3rd and 5 off tackle.
Yeah, almost the same exact play in which Woods was stopped, but Woods there literally head over heels as he was undercut, and Blacksburg picks up their initial 1st down of this football game.
From right to left, the Bruins work on this opening drive. Minute 40 gone by. Ball's at the 45-yard line. They're going to send out Clemens and Matthews to the left side of the field. Clemens will be in the slot. An I formation. Remember the injury to Daniel Smith's throwing shoulder. On the right side, you may not see him throw the ball much tonight. We'll see what they do on 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff again. Again, the trap play to the fullback, and there's Bennett slamming ahead for 4 more. Tough running by Bennett, the sophomore. Michael Marinick made the tackle, but again, you know, he's been doing that for the last 3 or 4 games. You just give it to Bennett, he keeps those little feet going, and he gets a couple yards every time.
And the key is the quick handoff. It doesn't give the defensive line time to react, and before you know it, you have a 3-4 yard gain right in the heart of the defense of the opposing team. But Blacksburg, they line up 2 wide receivers on that play, try to keep Christiansburg honest on defense.
Shotgun formation by Smith, 2 receivers to the near. That is Clemens and Matthews. And the snap goes over the head of the quarterback. He goes back to get it. He's running for his life. Now throws on the run, and Clemens was out there, but Smith's going to throw it into the turf, and he did well just to keep the loss from being about 10 or 12 yards. Instead of third about 17 or 18, it's going to be 3rd down and 5. A heads-up play by the senior quarterback.
Interesting call on 2nd down. You've been running the football with Bennett 9 yards and Woods with 5. But you line up shotgun, and in these kind of conditions gives you quite a feel right now as to how slick the football is, like you said, or like we just seen Smith. The ball just went right through his hands.
9:23 to go. Again, they're going to have to convert a 3rd down play here to move the sticks. Ronnie Aiken comes through in the clutch again, doesn't he?
That's right.
Shotgun by Daniel at the 43-yard line, flanked by Woods and Bennett. Better snap this time. Smith has it, retreats to the 40. He slips on the turf, now turns it up. He wants to run, and he's going to be tackled down at the 50-yard line. No gain on the play. Sean Asconi, the linebacker, put him down. It's going to be 4th down. And again, the last 2 plays, Jerry, shotgun formation, the weather prevailed.
That's right, and nothing going there for the Blacksburg offense on 2nd and 3rd down. Now the Bruins will have to punt the football, but Smith, it's almost like he brought out the old slip and slide like he uses, little kids. And his left plant foot just slipped up from underneath of him. He had to try to make something out of nothing, and he was able to get nothing on the game.
Talmadge Flincham going to stand back at his 37-yard line, and we have flags thrown on the play before the snap of the football, and I believe Blacksburg going to be called for too many men on the field, Jerry, it looks like. Somebody ran on the field late.
Illegal substitution, and that's going to go against Blacksburg. So that means that at one time, Blacksburg had 12 men, like you mentioned.
So now it's 4th down and a full 10. Flincham will retreat to his 30. Back deep to field the punt for Christiansburg. I believe that is Andrew Hoffer, the quarterback. I can't see the number from here. Nope, actually that's Chad Chapman standing back at his 19-yard line. Good snap to Flincham, 3 steps. He gets it out of there as he slides down. It's a high spiral. Nope, that is Hoffer, the quarterback. He's got it at the 30, and he's going to be slung down at the 28. So you send back your quarterback to return your kicks. Andrew Hoffer going to be tackled for a 2-yard loss by Nick Green and Aubrey Grant. Interesting there. I've never seen the quarterback also used doubled up as your punt returner.
That's right. Quite an interesting situation in this stage of the season. 29-yard punt there by Flincham, but only 2 on the return by Hoffer, who will stay out on the field now and take some snaps.
8:24 to go. Christiansburg's first chance on offense. They counter from left to right. Single receiver out to the left is Zach Boyd. Again, a double wingback formation. They're going to hand it off on the trap play, and Burks will go nowhere. He stuck right at the line of scrimmage. At the end, fell ahead for a couple to the 30. The play originated from the 28-yard line. Matt Drumheller knocked him down there, 2nd and 8.
And there you see the Blacksburg defense just holding on, and some nice gang tackle there in between the tackles. Burks only able to get a couple yards there on that initial play for Christiansburg.
2nd and 8. They spot it just inside of the 31-yard line. Again, out to the left will be Boyd. Your 2 wings are Thompson and Chapman, who goes in motion to the right. Play action. Hoffer wants to throw it on the run. He's rolling out to his left, throws it, and bucked the tight end. Could not reach it. It was too high at the 43-yard line. Coverage on the play by Sims. The incompletion will make it 3rd down and 8. Tell you what, a lot of juice on that pass by Hoffer.
That's right, and he was doing it on the run as well to his non-throwing hand side, and that forces a 3rd and 8 situation for Christiansburg. Nice coverage there by Blacksburg. Ball just a little bit high, though. Hoffer unable to connect with his receiver.
7:45 to go in the quarter. No score in the football game between Blacksburg and Christiansburg. Boyd to the left again. Wing on the right is Thompson. Wing on the left will be Chapman. Your fullback will be Burks. And they're going to hand it off this time on the counter. Back to Boyd. That old Giles single wing play. And he's got some room. This is Thompson across the 40, 45, 50. And he's tackled ahead of the Blacksburg 48-yard line. It's going to be a gain on the play of 21 yards. Again, they used that little crossbuck action that time, and Thompson had free and easy movement over on the left side.
We used to call that one the 13 crisscross back home. You hand it off to the right. All the action then goes to the left. The running back does, and if you just break one tackle, which is usually in the area where the linebacker is, then you're able to get some big yardage on the play.
And that play was really kind of slow developing because of the footing here, but again, good blocking up front by this Christiansburg underrated offensive line. Wing on the right, Chapman takes the handoff on the option. Here he goes to the 40. He's got another first down. A flag is down. Thompson blocking out there through a terrific block, and we may have a hold. We'll have to wait and see. Chapman's going to carry ahead all the way down to the 34. It'd be a gain of 15 if it stands, Jerry, but did you see a hole?
Yeah, I did, and it was Joe Turley that went down by a Christiansburg offensive lineman, but Turley was so anxious to get to the football, he was actually in the area where the tackle was made.
Tell you what, Joe Turley is just the kind of, you want 11 guys on that field like Joe Turley. Came back from that high ankle sprain, and he's performed at a very high level. So they're going to accept the penalty to be marked off from where the infraction took place at the 38-yard line. So this will cost Christiansburg a first down. 7:20 to go in the quarter. They have an impressive drive on their initial possession here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium.
It'll be first and about 13 or 14 right now.
Back to the 48-yard line of Christiansburg. First and 14 as Hoffer gets the play from head coach Tim Cromer. From left to right, the Blue Demons work. Wearing all gold here tonight. Jordan Collins will be split out wide to the left. Thompson the wing on the right. The fullback is Burks. Wing on the left will be Chapman. Thompson goes in motion. Fumbled snap. The ball is loose. It's still loose. Blacksburg players saying they have it. No signal yet. But Blacksburg still saying they have it at the 47, and they do. The first official turnover of the night because of that wet football. Middle of the field where it's chewed up the worst, and Blacksburg has pretty good field position at the Christiansburg 47.
Well, there you have it, and you exchange field position after the Blacksburg punt. You come out on the better end of things, and just execution there. You have to make sure you have a dry ball, dry hands, and it's the first step in executing a football play. You just snap the ball back to the quarterback. Hoffer dropped it, and the center just didn't get to him. And Blacksburg has the ball on the positive side of the field.
Didn't see who came out of there with it for Blacksburg. Two receivers to the right. The wide man is Matthews. The slot man is Clemens. I formation, going to hand it off to Woods, and he's bottled up the line, squirted through momentarily, and will carry it across the Blue Demon 45 for a gain of 2 yards. Riding to the ground that time once again, Sean Asconi.
So Blacksburg back to the offense there with the same play that they were so successful at during their first offensive possession. Woods running the football. He's carried the ball 3 times tonight for 7 yards.
And I say first official turnover because, we saw the problems that Daniel Smith had with his footing, and he really couldn't execute the play. I guess that's an unofficial turnover when the field, the conditions kind of mess up what you want to do. Here's a handoff to Woods, leapfrogging a defender at the 42. He's going to carry it all the way down to near the 40-yard line. Tough running by the senior tailback. Gain of 5 on the play, so we're looking at 3rd down and 3 forthcoming for the Blacksburg offense. The man who made the tackle was Deshaun Grandy, the linebacker on the left side.
And Woods been running right behind his right guard, right tackle, for the last few plays. And Blacksburg seeing a little something over in that area of the line of scrimmage, able to get some positive yards there running the football.
5:42 to go. No score in the game. Second possession for Blacksburg. Matthews will be wide to the right. Slot man will be Tim Clemens. An I formation of Bennett and Woods. Big 3rd down play coming up. Quick hitter up the middle of the fullback won't do it. Bennett got tripped up at the line. May have gotten a yard on the play. Tackle was made up front. That was Stuart Vile, 6'1", 233, a senior. So another punting formation coming up for Blacksburg.
So then you get in kind of like a situation such as Ohio State and what they do. They try to run the football for 3 downs, and they just trade off field position if they're able to make a net of about 15 or 20 yards if you stop the offense or stop the other team with your defense.
Talmadge Flincham will be back at his 47-yard line to boot it back to the Blue Demons. Hoffer retreats to his 10. Remember, Talmadge slipped down the first time. Here he tried to concentrate on the plant, and he shanked it. And it's going to go out of bounds, they're going to say, as the official keeps walking. He's still walking right at the 30-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 29. You could really see Talmadge consciously trying to worry about where his foot was going to land instead of kicking the football, and he shanked it out for only, a 12-yard punt?
12-yard punt. And Christiansburg in better field position than they anticipated for their second drive of the game.
So from left to right, the Blue Demons have it. Still no score. 4:50 to go in the quarter. Boyd wide to the left. Again, the double wingback formation. Thompson goes in motion to the left. They're going to hand it off to Burks, off tackle on the left side, and he spins ahead for about 3 yards to the 33-yard line, make it a 4-yard gain. Tackle was made up front. Jonathan Howard was there along with Nick Green and Jared Walters. 2nd down and 6.
Well, this game already has a feel that you can see 2 running styles with 2 contrasting running styles. You have Blacksburg with the fullback mentality of just powering it and just trying to get some yardage, and you have Christiansburg on the other end with Burks, the speedy tailback, trying to give him some different looks coming out of the Blue Demon backfield.
Boyd will now be split to the right. That's the wide side of the field. It's double wing formation. Hoffer under center. Thompson goes in motion to the left. He has the handoff, and he's going to have his first down across the 40 to the 41. Gain on the play of 8 yards. Ball nearly came out late. Tackle was finally made by the sensational freshman for Blacksburg, Tyler Holmes, the corner on the right side, but it's going to be a first down and 10 for the Blue Demons. That offensive line looks pretty good early on.
That's the second first down for the Blue Demons in this football game. And Christiansburg just getting a nice quick surge off the snap, able to push Blacksburg back on defense.
They're not big up front, 233, 190, 221, 175, and 215, but they're getting the job done tonight. They're very quick. Boyd again to the right, play action, a handoff, and it's going to go to Burks to about the 44. He just charged ahead, nearly lost his footing in the backfield. Matt Woods there to make the stop along with Joe Turley. A couple seniors is going to be sorely missed. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
There you see some cutting in between the hashes there, and the running backs so far tonight being very gingerly on their feet.
I don't blame them a bit. You and I had trouble. We were walking slowly. I can't imagine those guys out there trying to make cuts, react to defenders. Thompson goes in motion. Play action. He has the football across the way to the 50, lowers his head and bowls over to Salvo for a first down. Now a late flag. Going to spot this at the 48-yard line of Blacksburg. It's a gain on the play of 8 yards, and let's see what the flag is all about, Jay.
I didn't see a hold on the far side. This could be in the area of a face mask. And the question would be if this would be the 5 or the 15-yard variety.
We'll go against Blacksburg as they're talking with Hoffer, and they will accept the penalty. So what was an 8-yard run and a first down is also going to now be tacked on about 15 yards, going to move the football on down the field. So it's a 5-yarder. The inadvertent face mask. The ball will be at the 44 of Blacksburg. So that goes as a 13-yard play after the run. Tack on the penalty. Thompson very successful early on, over 30 yards already for Christiansburg as they come out first down from the Bruins 44. Here's a counter play. Thompson handed it to Chapman, and nothing doing this time. Turley turned it back in, and then Woods was there to put down the speedy junior wingback, Chad Chapman, for only a yard gain. It's second down and 9. 2:45 to go. Christiansburg from the Blacksburg 43.
And this first period is just flying by. The team's just running the football. Hoffer has attempted one pass. Smith has attempted one pass. Going by pretty quick.
And you won't see a lot of passes, I don't think. But, Blacksburg has to be careful. They start concentrating on the run so much, as they did against Pulaski, and boom. Pulaski, who rarely throws, had the big 59-yard touchdown, you remember. Ryan Dean to Stephen Cobbs. Here's Chapman again, the same play. The wingback on the right comes to get it, and he carries ahead to about the 38-yard line, a gain of 6. Drumheller and Green there to make the stop. Third down and a long 3 forthcoming for this Christiansburg offense. And, Jerry, this could be, I know they still have a third down to try to get it, but if they don't make it, this could be 2-down territory.
Well, you would think so, because either way you would pin back Blacksburg inside their own 40-yard line, and for Christiansburg's defense, they've done a decent job of preventing big runs on the evening by Blacksburg offense.
Boyd to the right. It looked like the wingback got a head start, and that will be the call. Yep, Chapman stood up too soon, so a break for the Bruins. Procedure against the Blue Demons will make this a third down and 8 back at the 43-yard line. So a couple costly penalties for Christiansburg, a holding call, and now this procedure penalty.
That's right, 15 yards of penalties in the first quarter for the Blue Demons. But on that play, Rick, it looked like that not everyone was on the same page on the Christiansburg offensive line with the snap count. You saw some players raise up, some players stay down. But either way you shake it up, Blacksburg has a little bit of life, but it also forces Hoffer in a little bit of a passing situation or something in the middle for a misdirection.
Good crowd on hand down here below us. The home stands are filled to capacity. Look at that across the way. A lot of the Christiansburg folks made the short trip across town. Third down and long. It's Chapman on the right side. He's going to be just short of the first down as he carries it out to the 36-yard line. Turley and Drumheller there to make the stop. Needed 8, got 6. Here we go now. Fourth down and 2. We'll test our theory. Actually, it's more of a long 1 than it is 2 yards, and it's a no thought process at all for Coach Cromer as we enter under a minute here in the opening quarter. Now Blacksburg's going to call a timeout. Vaughn Phipps going to adjust. Let's take a break as well. 30-second timeout. Huge fourth down coming up for the Bruins defense. You're in tune to Blacksburg football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Yo, what's up, baby? Wanna learn some history?
Check it out, check it out. Win your GED right here, guaranteed, man. Come on, check it out.
Hey, how you doing? Educational videos, top quality, right here.
I got live learning, beautiful books inside.
The National Center for Family Literacy.
Yo, I got your arithmetic right here.
Because you can't get your GED on the street. Call 1-877-FAMLIT1 for free learning programs like GED and family computer classes.
When is the high school diploma, huh?
The National Center for Family Literacy. The first step to a better life.
Welcome back to Bill Brown Stadium alongside Jerry Massey. I'm Rick Watson. We are glad to have you listening to us tonight. The regular season finale, 2004. 1:04 to go. First score is in from Dublin, first quarter. Salem on the board with a field goal, 3-0 over Pulaski County. Points will be precious of any kind in that big grudge match in Dublin for all the marbles in the River Ridge. Here, huge play coming up. 4th down, a full 1.5 yards. The ball is just outside of the 36. Well, in a game that's going to be filled with big plays, here's the first true one of the night, Jerry. Burke's in the backfield all by himself. He's going to take it over the left side. He's going to be stuck at the line, and I don't think he got there. I don't think he made it. A big surge by that royal blue defensive front, and I think they pushed him back. He got a nice spot. Oh, mercy, he got a really good spot, and it's going to depend upon where this thing ended up, but they marked this across the 35, and he didn't get that far. And that's right where the first down marker is being placed, so we'll have to wait and see. They're going to bring the chains out. The ball carrier got a very, very favorable spot on that one. That was a terrific surge up front by Blacksburg.
I don't think he got it, Rick. I think he's going to be short by about half the length of the football.
They bring him across, and Blacksburg has held on 4th down by the nose of the football. Huge response by this Blacksburg defense. They take over at the 35 with 58 ticks to go.
And the near sideline in jubilation, and they know how big that stop was. The Blacksburg defense coming up big. You know, Christiansburg, they had 2 downs to make about 9 yards. Didn't need to get it all in one. Coach Tim Crummer was in a favorable position because they have been able to run the football in decent-sized chunks earlier in that drive.
It's a good call by Coach Cromer, just a better reaction by that defense. I formation for the Bruins on first down. Here's Turley charging ahead over left tackle for a couple to the 37. The junior linebacker has been starting since he was a freshman. John Dickerson was there to put him to the turf. He had some help on the play by Brendan Perdue. 2nd down and 8.
And Turley becomes the 3rd ball carrier on the night. Check that 4th if you count Daniel Smith going for no yards earlier on in this first quarter. But Turley, he was hitting the hole hard, and sooner or later, it might not show early on in this game, especially in the first quarter, but you continue attacking in between the tackles. If you're a running team, a bruising, fullback-oriented team, you're eventually going to wear down a defense that's playing on a really sloppy field.
From right to left, seconds are scant here in the first quarter. Only 14 left on the scoreboard clock. 2nd and 8, a running handoff to Turley over the right side. He's going to be bottled up, pushed down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Buck was there along with Chapman as well as Michael Marunik, and that's going to do it for our first quarter. 3rd and 9, we come back to start second quarter action. No score in the game after 1 between Blacksburg and Christiansburg. Jerry and I back with second quarter action here in the battle for Montgomery County after this. You're in tune to Bruins football on Super Talk 101.7.
Songbirds we enjoy each summer, winter in the rainforests. Orioles, terns, tanagers, and countless others fly to our yards each spring. An amazing gift of nature. Right now, many are losing their homes. With the destruction of the rainforests, migrating flocks have been cut in half. The time to act is now. From the cloud forests of El Triunfo to the lush Amazon, the Arbor Day Foundation's Rainforest Rescue is making a difference. You can help protect the rainforests. Go to arborday.org, see how to support Rainforest Rescue, and find out which trees to plant where you live, so our songbirds have a home in the summer and the winter too. Over half our planet's rainforests have been destroyed. Go to arborday.org now.
Takes the snap, 5-step drop's going to throw out there. Plemons makes a diving effort, and he hangs on near the first down across the 45. He's got it to the 46, so they needed 8. They got 9. Great throw that time by Daniel Smith.
And a nice job there by Clemens, just coming down and securing the football. You know, sometimes when you're almost making a diving catch, and especially with a slick ball, it's easy to drop it. Get it in your gut, and it'll drop when you fall to your knees. But great concentration there by Clemens, and that's the second first down of the game for the Bruins.
14th catch of the year by Tim Clemens. Matthews again out wide, this time to the left. He'll be joined by Clemens in the slot. I formation for first down from the 46-yard line. It's a handoff to Woods. Sheds a tackler in the backfield, fumbles the football. It's out. They're going to say he was down. That's the correct call. A 2-yard loss, but could have been worse than that. Possessions could have changed. It's going to be second down and 12 from the 44. Nick Gill streaking in the backfield to make the tackle.
Gill very quick to get back there to bring down Woods. And, well, Woods very fortunate that he didn't lose the football there and that he was ruled down. And brings up second and 12. And once again, Blacksburg, you know, you don't have to pass the football here, but it might be an opportunity to cross up Christiansburg's defense that they might be thinking, hey, they're going to run on second and set themselves up for a pass on third if they're unable to be successful here.
Coach Chris said he's going to test out Daniel Smith's arm as he throws tonight. Didn't throw all week. It's still very sore. Second and 12. He's going to throw again. He drops back to the left, throws it. Clemens made a nice adjustment. Would have had the first down, but as he was falling to the turf after he spun around, he dropped it at the 41 of Christiansburg. He had gotten behind the double coverage, and now it's going to be third down and 12. 10:46 to go. That was another nice throw by Smith.
Yeah, it's as if he dropped a bar of soap at him, in the shower. Went right through his hands and just could not corral it and bring it in. And just a beautiful throw by Smith because he put it where the Christiansburg defender was not. And all Clemens had to do was secure the football. But Smith, you got to like his confidence, though, because he's putting the ball where he needs to.
Same formation. Matthews and Clemens out to the left. I formation of Bennett and Woods. What he could come up with on third down and 12. 5-step drop, Smith's chased, and that's going to be grounded. He's got nobody to throw it to. I don't see a flag, and there it is. Daniel Smith running for his life. Purdue was back there. Also, Nowlin was there. And not a great decision by the quarterback. Anyway, you're going to lose yardage. You're going to have a fourth down. That's a loss of down as well. So Christiansburg had some nice pressure. They brought the blitz, and Blacksburg didn't have enough jerseys to pick them up.
Yeah, they brought Dickerson and Grandy through the heart of the line of scrimmage there, and they're just very meticulous in finding their blitzing holes, and they're going to wave off the flag. I'm guessing right now that they're saying that Smith was out of the pocket. Big break for him.
Yes, it is.
Second or another incompletion on the night. It's his third and forces fourth down. Another field position situation if Flincham can get off a good punt.
Fourth down, and that is a break for Blacksburg because he wasn't out of the pocket. He was running for his life and threw it away. But, hey, the Bruins will take it. Now Flincham at the 31. Let's see what he does. He slipped down the first time, got off a nice kick of about 35 yards. The second one, he worried about planting. He kicked it 12 yards. Hoffer stands on his 19. As Flincham from left to right, set to boot it back to the Blue Demons as the rain's falling once again. I feel it bat me in the eyes through the window. There's a short kick by Talmadge. It's just going to drop there at the 26 and just kind of die in the puddle of water as Aubrey Grant's going to touch it up there. Not a bad effort by Talmadge. 25 yards to 30 yards on the punt. 10:32 to go. First possession of the second quarter for this Christiansburg offense as the rain starts coming down again from Bill Brown.
Yeah, and the Blue Demons, they were bringing the house there too, Rick. They had 10 men at the line of scrimmage, and they were exploding when the ball was snapped. Only one man back deep. That was Hoffer to get the football. But, when you're punting the football, kicking it away tonight, you see some crazy hops. You might see the thing die when it hops as well. Should be interesting as the night progresses.
Hoffer brings him set. Chapman, the wing, goes in motion from the right to the left, takes the handoff. He's got some room far sideline. It's across the 35, out to about the 36-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. They spotted ahead to the 37, and he got the first down. He got 10 yards across the way. And, again, he just kind of slithered his way to the sideline and then made some nice cuts.
Yeah, and he ran the backfield about 3 to 4 yards in order to get almost a slingshot effect coming off the corner, and he was able to pick up another first down for Christiansburg. So a nice play to start off this series for the Blue Demons here in the second quarter.
They do like to run to the outside. They like the flanks, and again, take some nifty cutting maneuvers. And this field not really conducive to that, but so far we haven't seen many of the Blue Demon players, skilled players, slip down to the turf. We've seen Smith fall down a couple times, and of course the wet condition forced the fumble from Hoffer. First down from the 37. They're going to hand it off to Burks, the fullback, for a couple tough yards out to the 39. Nick Green charged through to make the first hit. Again, up front, Blacksburg holding their own right now. They understand what it takes, and this is a similar type of offense than they've seen this year. Cave Spring does it, of course. Giles, Graham runs out of it a few times, so these guys are used to it, and Coach Gerald Phipps, or Vaughn Phipps, is used to coaching against them.
Yeah, and Hidden Valley has some of the spread effects of this Christiansburg offense. They don't run the wing T or in what they're more like an I formation sort of team. But for Blacksburg, they've had a lot of these same looks all season long, so they've gotten used to it here in game number 10.
Thompson goes in motion to the left, play action pass. Hoffer through the hands, and oh mercy, Grant Sims dropped the tipped interception attempt, and it would have been clear sailing down the near sideline. Chapman couldn't hang on. There was Sims. He had it, took off running, dropped it at the 40. That would have been a 6-0 Blacksburg lead. He can't believe it. He just can't believe it.
And Hoffer very quick to go to his his first option, which was Chad Chapman coming out of the backfield, but he also had Burks streaking, just left his man in the dust, or in the mud for that sake tonight, who was 10 yards behind the defender, did not see him.
3rd and 8, Hoffer rolls out to the near side. He's being flushed. He gets away from one tackler. Now he's going to turn it up, try to make something out of nothing. He can't do it. He's going to go down 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They brought a weak side blitz that time. They brought everybody on the left side of the line for Blacksburg. Turley had him in his sights. Hoffer, to his credit, got back to the original line of scrimmage for only a loss of 2, when it could have been a loss of about 15.
Now you mentioned in other games points are a premium. Well, this contest is shaping up to be the same sort of story.
If you had the under of this game tonight in Vegas, you're doing well so far.
For entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes only. 8:45 to go, no score. A beautiful spiral by Boyd, who leads the region over 41 yards per punt. And this one will be down at about the 28. So a good kick there by Boyd. Blacksburg has it now, 8:39 to go. 35-yard punt by Boyd. Blacksburg can just get something going on offense. Coach Chris would like to see nothing better to take this thing on down the field, run out this half clock, and get a touchdown. Perfect scenario. Take that lead in the locker room.
He'd like that. That'd be the ultimate, but he'd also like to see his team rattle off about 3 straight first downs, and that way, in case they do have to punt, they would back the Blue Demons inside their own red zone.
Field position so vital in a game like this, these type of conditions. 2 receivers to the left, Matthews and Clemens. Out of the eye, they will run first down from the 28-yard line. Smith's going to give it to the fullback, Bennett over the left side. He's charging across the 30 to about the 34. He got 6 on first down. Looked like Asconi was there to finally knock him down on the play. Good surge on the left side of that offensive line.
Yeah, balanced 52 look there by Christiansburg. And, of course, you have 2 receivers spread out. You bring the safeties back. But, on that play, Blacksburg, just great explosion there. And, when they were moving right to left in the first quarter, all the action seemed to go to the right. Well, now here in the second quarter, they found something on the left side of the offensive line.
That will be the wide side of the field here for the Bruins. They bring the 2 receivers to the right. Same twin lineup they've had of Clemens and Matthews. Bennett and Woods in the backfield. It's Woods over left tackle, same side, feeling his way, breaks the contact, looking for the first down. He may have it near the 40-yard line. Collision across the way, Woods and Nick Buck, and it's going to depend upon the spot. Can't tell from here. That's the polar opposite from where we are right now. It's either going to be 3rd and short or a first down and 10.
I believe he picked up the first down.
Yes, he did. He got the 4 yards exactly. The officials conferred. That was a good job of these officials. One official had it 2 yards further back, and then the other official ran over and showed exactly where he saw him go out of bounds. So it is a first down from the 39. You were a former official. Don't you like that when you meet there and get it right? Get the call right. That's
Get
all
the call right.
This from a man who called a state championship game at the age of 19, Jerry Massey. Giles and Powellton. Chris Ratcliffe was the tailback in that game.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
You found that out?
Yeah. It wasn't Raphael Milton. That was 3 years prior. Twin receivers to the near side. I formation from the 39. Play action on first down. Smith looking. He's running for his life. Now throws, and it's incomplete. Aubrey Grant was open at the 48. There's a flag down right in the middle of the field. This will probably be a holding violation against Blacksburg. We'll see what this is all about. And that is the call. So, wouldn't have mattered anyway. Late pressure by this Christiansburg defense. And if you're Timmy Cromer, I'm sure you take this penalty and push him on back, make it first down and 20.
That's right. And you back them up, and you force Blacksburg into another passing situation within the next 3 downs.
So the Bruins trying to get something going on offense again. You lost Josh Sales. That's your huge weapon. They were really counting on him this year. He's off to a terrific start. Went down with that injury in the first quarter against Northside, and the offense really has never recovered. They haven't been able to consistently sustain drives all season long. They needed big plays by their special teams and their defense to give them nice field position. But by far their best game post the Josh Sales injury came against Hidden Valley when they were able to move the football at will. Up front, they did a great job in that somewhat surprising 19-0 victory. Not surprising Blacksburg won necessarily, but how easily they manhandled a team that had beaten Pulaski County 2 weeks prior to that in Dublin. It's going to be Bennett the fullback, a little trap play, and nothing doing. He may have gotten a yard from the 29 to the 30. It's going to be second down and 19 for the Bruins.
Christiansburg with a little different look to their 5-2 package there. They bring over the far side corner, make him almost look like a third linebacker. So instead of a 52 look, you have a 53, 1 safety and 2 men in man coverage on the near side. So it kind of allowed a Christiansburg linebacker slash corner on the other end to stop any runs from going to that far Christiansburg sideline.
Blacksburg taking their time here. 6:40 to go, still no score. I don't know what the delay's all about. Daniel Smith very late getting into the huddle. Now they have to hustle up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to be pushing, getting this play off on time. Second down and 19 from the 30. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. That's the right side. It's going to be a handoff to Bennett. He's going to run laterally for a couple after the 32. 3rd and 17 coming up. Again, the 2 men on the play. Marunich is playing a terrific game from that tackle spot. Had some help from John Dickerson.
So a couple of runs there on 1st and 20 now. It's about 3rd and 18, so not too many plays in the playbook for this situation. You might want to think it's a draw because Christiansburg may be reading pass. Or maybe send out Clemens or Matthews for some underneath action.
5:50 to go. Bruins trying to extend their 5-year winning streak against the Christiansburg team. Shotgun by Smith from the 25. 2 receivers out to the left. See if Ryder can get the snap to him with that wet football. He does. Daniel going to roll out to the left, looking to go deep. Pumps, now fires middle of the field, looking for Plemons, and it's well over everyone's head. Back at the 38-yard line. Jordan Collins had blanket coverage on the Blacksburg wide receiver. So, 4th down coming up, Jerry. And as you mentioned, field position. Here we go. Christiansburg has a chance to have some nice field position after this punt by Talmadge Flincham.
And the last couple times, Christiansburg has brought 10 men on the line of scrimmage and only left Hoffer back to return the kick. So if you're Flincham here, you may want to kick away from Hoffer, allow the football to just die. Just make sure you get enough velocity on it to get a good kick out of it. And if you're the kick coverage team for Blacksburg, you just make sure you follow your assignments.
Daniel now 1 of 5 throwing the football. Good snap to Talmadge back on his 20. And here's a high spiral, and Hoffer's going to go back to the 36. Straight up the field to the 40. He split the seam, 45-50. There he goes to the 40. 1 man to beat Flincham. Breaks a tackle at the 35-30, 25-20. He's off to the races. No flags. Touchdown Christiansburg. He ran it back 69 yards, and that was all individual effort there by Andrew Hoffer, the quarterback slash kick returner. It's 6-0 Blue Demon.
Simply amazing, Rick. He just took it straight up the gut. He made 4, 5, 6 blue jerseys miss him. He just kept his legs moving, showing that speed, and was able to get down the field for the score. And you know, if you're Blacksburg and you've been playing field position football the entire first half, you hate to see that.
That's a backbreaker in a big rivalry game like this. Boyd in to attempt the extra point. Make it a 7-0 Christiansburg lead. Out of the hold of Hoffer, and the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0. Christiansburg strikes first in the battle for Montgomery County. We'll take a break. We will come back for the kick after this. You're in tune to Blacksburg Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I live the Army values.
I will never
accept defeat.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
I am a professional.
I am a professional.
I am the guardian of freedom
and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am the Army National Guard.
Defend freedom. In the Army National Guard, you can. Visit 1-800-GO-GUARD.com today.
Officially, it was a 64-yard punt return by Andrew Hoffer. He just split the initial coverage, got right between him, broke some tackles, and he made a nice move on Talmadge Flincham. And it was Hoffer, individual effort, to take Christiansburg to the early lead here. Now it's very important, Jerry, to see how Blacksburg responds to this. That's a backbreaker. Your defense is playing so great, and you give up one on special teams.
And you have to rebound here offensively. Pretty stagnant as the Bruins offense has been the last couple of drives. But Christiansburg, all the momentum they need as far as the second quarter is concerned. 5:12 left to go, and they have to be pretty confident with their defense. They can just peel their ears back and just go after it right now.
Timmy Cromer specializes in those special teams, boy. He hangs his hat on it, and here's Bibbins trying to return the kick, and he's going to be cut down at the 15, only an 8-yard return. Well, the visitors from Salem right now putting it on the home team. They lead Pulaski County 17-0. Early second quarter in Dublin.
Just finished up a scoring drive there, did the Spartans, and what can you say about that contest? Big crowd expected in Dublin tonight for that big clash. The winner gets the automatic bid for the River Ridge District, and the loser could possibly go home.
From left to right, Blacksburg will try to recover from the 64-yard effort. Just a great run by the junior, Andrew Hoffer. I formation, Bennett and Woods are going to hand it off to Sean Bennett, and there he is pushing that pile forward for about 3. From the 16, they're going to spot at the 20. We'll give him 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6. Looked like that was Deshaun Grandy again getting off the bottom of the pile for Christiansburg.
Grandy doing a nice job from that outside linebacker position. Big senior.
Tell you what, for Hoffer to negotiate that wet field the way he did too, that's just a terrific athletic play.
It was almost like a kickoff return. The way the wedge
really
opened up.
You're right.
And all he had to do was he cut back and forth. And man, the choppiest part of the field, and he made it look very easy, like child's play.
And that cut he made at the 30 on Talmadge. I mean, he just, like you said, had some movement over on the right side. That may have been Buck jumping offside. That would be a gift that Blacksburg would readily accept here. Every yard so crucial. Was he drawn off, though? Looks like it's going to go against Christiansburg and make this a 2nd down and 1. So that's a crucial mistake for this Christiansburg defense.
Both teams have seen their share of penalties on the evening, 20 yards apiece. They had some procedures, they have some all sides, holdings.
Well, that Salem team's the real deal, aren't they? Looks like they're getting better and getting geared up for this stretch run. They're out to a hot start. Up in Dublin, 17-0 against Pulaski County. Mercy.
Footing must not be an issue.
Must not.
Kenneth J. Dobson tonight.
It's always in terrific shape up there at Kenneth J. Dobson. Clemens to the near side of the field, 2nd down and 1. We'll see if Coach Chris just tries to move the sticks or we try something play action. Nope, he's going to toss it to Woods, and I don't know if he got there or not. He may have at the last second surged ahead and moved the football where he needed to from the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. If they spot it there, should be a first, and it is, out to the 27. And that's all well and good, but, time all of a sudden starting to sneak up on you a little bit. 3:47 to go. You don't have time to keep running pitch plays and off tackle and get this thing down the field. I don't think. We'll see.
Both teams have 3 timeouts, though. But, maybe Smith may have to take a look, try to get to Clemens or Matthews, try to get some of that yardage in a hurry.
How about the big 6'4" tight end Aubrey Grant, I think that'd be a nice mismatch. They got 9 men on the line of scrimmage. I mean, they try to run it right up the middle again. No gain. You're not going to go anywhere when you look up and there's 9 gold jerseys just standing there not respecting the pass. No gain, 2nd down and 10 from the 27-yard line. That's just not going to work.
It's not good odds as well. I mean, that's where you might want to try a little bit of play action. Send Grant out. Try to find him open underneath. Try to connect and get a 1st down. Right there, it's just tough. Line it up against that quick Christiansburg defense.
Tough for Coach Chris, though. His quarterback has got a wounded wing, the one he throws with, that right arm. But it's a double-edged sword, though. Your final game, you got nothing else to lose. The I formation, they're going to run an option play to the near side. There you go, Turley, 30. 35, cuts it in. He should have a first down at the 38, an 11-yard pickup. There you go, change something up. You can't go off tackle when they got 9 men in the box. That time they ran it wide, and Turley, who is the best of the healthy backs they have left. He's played tailback his entire career. Most of the time he's a defender, but he showed some nice wheels and a nice cut to get the first down.
And they lined up with a wing formation to the right, something they had not done all night long, and it kind of crossed Christiansburg up. The offensive line moved as if it was going to the left, but the play came to the right. Good execution on the pitch by Smith, good catch by Turley, and a nice cut to get the first down.
And this Christiansburg defense has given up a lot of big plays this year. Now they either work double tight ends, and it's going to be Turley over the near side, and that hole closed up very quickly. He fought ahead to about the 44-yard line. He's got 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Dickerson there to make the stop, along with, looked like that was Deshaun Grandy. Jerry Massey about to head down to get a hold of Coach Chris going into the locker room. We're under 2 minutes now. The Bruins moving from left to right, trying to get something on the board before intermission. Down 7-0. 64-yard punt return for a touchdown by Andrew Hoffer, the only points in the football game. Clemens out to the left, out of the eye of the work, Bennett and Turley. It's going to be the fullback Bennett, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and go absolutely nowhere. Brendan Perdue with 1:30 to go. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 4. And again, Blacksburg looks to be in absolutely no sense of urgency here to try to call a timeout to stop the clock. You remember Christiansburg will receive the second half kickoff. Up 7-0. Both defenses have dominated this football game so far. But it's been the big play on special teams the difference. Again, Jerry is heading down to get a hold of Coach Chris, going into the locker room. Twin receivers to the left, Matthews and Clemens again. 3rd down and 4. Smith stands tall, fires out, and Clemens dropped it at the 47. Beautiful throw. Tim just couldn't hang on across the way, and he dropped it. Would have been a first down into Christiansburg territory. Instead, it's 4th down, and here you go. You're going to be kicking it to the most dangerous man on the field right now, and that is the quarterback / punt returner, Andrew Hoffer. Daniel Smith now 1 for 6. That one, though, not his fault. He's thrown the ball very well tonight to his receivers, but he hasn't been able to get any cooperation with the catch on the other end. Hoffer will go back to his 20. And let's see if Flincham makes sure he kicks it away from the speedster. Good snap. Talmadge from the 35. It's a high spiral. It's going to be very short. It will be away from him. It's going to bounce sideways at the 32, and that's where Matt Drumheller will touch it up. So, good job there by Talmadge. 25-yard kick, but you negated any kind of return by Andrew Hoffer. 45 ticks remaining. Christiansburg has all 3 of their timeouts, leading in the football game 7-0. A 64-yard punt return by Hoffer, the only points so far as he runs back out onto the field. Very talented player. Again, been starting since he was a freshman. Different positions on the field. Took some snaps at quarterback as a freshman. Started a year ago, and Coach Tim Cromer very high on him. Chapman goes in motion from the wing to the right, takes the handoff. He's got some room across the 35. He dances ahead of the 40. 45, he's out of bounds at the 46-yard line. He got 15 on first down. 31 seconds to go. Now they put 4 seconds back on the clock. It's now 35 ticks. Beautiful run that time by Chapman. And we have a Blacksburg player that's slow in getting up all the way over there on the Christiansburg sideline. They're going to bring the training staff over. Can't tell who that might be. There's a Bruin over there lying flat on his back. And again, from here, we can't really tell who it is across the way. So we have an injury timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 35 seconds to go in the half, 7-0. Christiansburg with the ball. Well, hang on. Now let's just keep it right here. It's Peter DeSalvo, and he is up and now running off the field. Now he's slowed up and getting some help from the training staff. So we'll keep it here. Bibbins will come out with our halftime break coming up. Andrew Bibbins will come out to replace DeSalvo. Coming up on the New River Nissan halftime report, we'll hear from Coach Chris. We'll have all the first half numbers for you, courtesy of Martin Janssens. We'll have kind of a review of this season. Plus, we will get you updated on all the scores that we have for you in and around the area. Now we're going to have a timeout Blacksburg, so let's go ahead and take that break. 35 seconds to go. We'll be back for the conclusion of the first half after this. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Well, hello. There's nothing more rewarding than helping a kid.
Now, a few observations. All kids should have the right to experiment.
Imitation, an art form to kids. Staring. There's just no explanation for it.
Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Have a super great day.
All right, welcome back here to Bill Brown Stadium. It is 7-0 Christiansburg. Hope you're doing well wherever you might be listening to Bruins football, the 2004 finale here tonight. Blacksburg trying to defend the Demons, trying to keep them out of the end zone, huh? Don't want to give up another touchdown or any more points. We'll see what Coach Cromer's going to do. He loves to roll the dice in these situations. Hoffer going to take the snap, three-step drop, goes far sideline, puts it out there. Nice and air under it, looking for LeBoon. The first time they've thrown it to Jacques LeBoon, the California transplant, 6 feet, a senior, leads them in receiving this year, 46 catches, and all 9 of the touchdown throws by Hoffer have went to Jacques LeBoon. Averages 90 yards per game in receiving yardage. And I see over here Vaughn Phipps applauding his secondary. I think maybe he was saying, look, don't forget about LeBoon. They haven't went to him tonight, but don't forget about him. He can hurt you. Single setback. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and it's going to be Thompson now running wide. He's going to cut it back into 50, and I think Kimmy Cromer is going to go ahead and let this thing run out. A late flag, maybe another face mask against Blacksburg. Nope, they're going to call holding against Christiansburg. So Thompson's 4-yard jaunt will be negated here with 20 seconds to go. Blacksburg will, I'm sure, take the penalty to push him on back. It's been a very physical first half. Both teams grinding it out in the tackles. But Christiansburg right now winning the battle of special teams, and they have the 7-0 lead. The hold will be marked from the 45 back to the 35-yard line of Christiansburg. Before we head into halftime, 17-0 Salem over Pulaski. That game is at halftime up in Dublin. The battle for the River Ridge and the playoff berth that comes with it. The loser, well, definitely if Salem loses, they are out. Pulaski has a mathematical shot, but it's not very likely they will go in at 8-2. Collins split to the near side. LeBoon out to the right. Chapman goes in motion. It's going to be Burks, and he's got some room. Far sideline, 45. He's at the 50, 45 of Blacksburg, near the first down to the 44. That was a terrific run on the play. They needed 20, and he got 20. But that's the final play of the first half. The clock has zeros across the board. No more time left. I don't think either team realizes it. Now they do, as the players are walking off the field. Clock has zeros on it. And what do we have? They're going to say timeout Christiansburg. Christiansburg is going to be given 4 seconds, I believe. Clock has zeros on it. They're going to say Christiansburg got the timeout. So we're not done with this opening half yet. All right, so they're going to put 3 seconds back on the clock here. So Christiansburg's going to have one final play. And watch out, Hoffer's got the kind of arm and he has the kind of receiving threats. He could make this a very successful throw. See if Blacksburg plays the ultimate prevent, rushes 3 and put 8 guys back in coverage. Ball will be at the 46-yard line. 3 seconds at the 46. My old buddy John Hale brought me a hot dog. Good to see John. Wish I had time to talk with him. Thanks there, JH. Appreciate it. That'll be good as soon as we ever get to halftime. It'll be very good. Long time out here. Tim Cromer out talking to the official now. So here we go. Final play of the half. They're going to throw it deep. LeBoon to the near side. Out to the right will be Collins. 3 seconds. 3-step drop by Hoffer. He's looking to throw it near side. LeBoon's out there at the 15. It's knocked away by DeSalvo. And now our first half is officially in the books. 7-0 is our score. Jerry Massey going to go down and talk with Dave Chris. Let's go down on the field and get the report.
On the first half. Well, we were holding our own with them. We let that Hopper get back on the punt return there. Other than that, it's just been pretty much a defensive ball game. They've got we got to stop that jet sweep a little bit better. We got to find a way to move the ball a little bit more. But the kids are playing hard as they have all year, so there's nothing to do there.
Coach, what will you do at halftime to make sure your team wins the battle of field position coming up in the second half?
Try to stop them on 3 and out.
Hey, Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Rick, those are the thoughts of Coach Dave Chris. Let's go back up to the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Jerry Massey. Again, Coach Chris there. Battlefield position, not in Blacksburg's favor, and they lose the battle of special teams, and that's why they're down right now by a score of 7-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll begin our coverage here on the New River Nissan halftime report after this. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7 FM.
You'll never have to stop and ask for directions.
And you'll be helping a busload of people. And when you pass by, everyone will stop and take notice.
If you are at least 20 years of age,
have a good driving record, and are interested in working for the best transit system in Virginia,
visit our website at www.vtransit.org or give us a call at 961-1185.
Blacksburg Transit, we're your bus line.
Welcome back to Bill Brown Stadium. At the break, 7-0 is our score. Not much of a recap. Get you updated on just a 64-yard punt return for a touchdown by Andrew Hoffer. Terrific run on this wet field. We were very impressed, no doubt about it. I mean, watching him negotiate, as you said, made a good comparison. Looked like a wedge on a kickoff return. Split the initial contact, broke a couple tackles, got behind the coverage, and only the punter had a chance to bring him down. And usually when it's one-on-one between returner and punter, it usually goes in the returner's favor, as we saw there with Hoffer.
That's right, Rick. And Hoffer, he just showed some amazing feel on this wet turf. And we have this monitor here at our broadcast location, and they're panning, WTOB panning from left to right, and you can see how the field has become much more muddier, much choppier, and believe me, near the sideline, it's if you don't have cleats on, it is darn near impossible to walk without looking funny. So, but offensively in the first half, I think both teams just playing back and forth, trying to catch the other team off guard. Defensively, I don't think any of the neither team has anything to worry about. It's just that one big play for Blacksburg. We've seen it in district play especially, and Andrew Hoffer's run back for the score may come back to haunt them.
Christiansburg has lived by the big play, and they've died by it in their last 2 games, allowing some big runs, but we'll see. The mental aspect right now, I think Blacksburg has to feel pretty good. As you mentioned, the breakdown on special teams, the only difference, and we'll see how the kids can come out and how to respond to that. Again, they're going to be on defense. Maybe you can get a break, get a turnover. We've already seen Christiansburg put it on the field once, Hoffer with the fumble because of the wet football. So the Bruins, again, the offense has been the problem, as has been the case since they lost so many key cogs of this offense. They play very hard. They just don't have the depth of the horses to try to sustain long drives, and I think that's what we've seen. How's the coffee?
Coffee's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad. You
Nice
like it black? You'd rather have some cream and sugar.
Yeah, actually some cream and sugar.
That's right. Well, keep you going, though.
But, I work in the morning, so I'm used to having to drink
See,
coffee.
there you go.
Get a little jump start on my day.
17-0 halftime. We had an update. It's now halftime, and Salem shutting down Pulaski's offense. And that defense we saw last week. The one thing that stood out for Salem, we knew how good they were, Jerry, on the outside with their skill. I didn't expect them to be as physical as they were on both sides up front. I thought those offensive line and defensive linemen did a terrific job against Blacksburg, and so far that must be the case what was going on in Dublin.
And I thought with Brett Osborne and Casey McCambridge for Pulaski County, they would have a pretty good night as far as on that wet turf and trying to handle the Salem defense. But nonetheless, it must be Andre Hairston with the big play tonight for the Spartans. And, for Pulaski County, they got a lot of regrouping to do. They've been down big before at halftime at home this season. That was the Hidden Valley. Here's another opportunity to see how they can adjust and come back from this adversity.
All right, we're at the break. It is 7-0. Christiansburg leading Blacksburg here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and Jerry will have all the first half numbers for you when we come back here after this. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Be part of a growing movement. Tree City USA. In towns large and small, Tree City USA is making a difference.
Plant a tree today for all the world to share.
Support Tree City USA where you live. Go to arborday.org to learn which trees to plant where. In your yard, on your block, or all around town. At arborday.org, you can find out how to contact your state forester for community forestry assistance.
Adding shade, creating beauty is just part of what they're worth.
We care for our town's trees.
We plant and prune them.
And we plan for their future.
Plant trees.
For today and tomorrow.
Help the Arbor Day Foundation plant more trees across the nation. Plant a tree today for all the world to share.
Go to arborday.org.
Welcome back to halftime here at Bill Brown. Rick and Jerry here with you, along with Channel 2, WTOB. Monday night at 7, Wednesday afternoon at 3. You can watch the replay of the final game of the 04 campaign. Do you have all the numbers there, Jerry? Are you
pretty close? You know, we had them, but we had to make a slight adjustment.
Slight adjustment there.
Yeah, but I can give you some rough numbers.
All right.
They're very unofficial.
Well, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Okay.
All right.
I'll give you some numbers here. Sean Bennett on the year. I'm going to start off with the Blacksburg individual statistics. And Daniel Smith on the evening, 1 of 6 passing for 9 yards, 1 carry for 0 yards. Running backs look like this. Sean Bennett, 8 carries for 24 yards. His longest run of the night, 6 yards. He's also had a gain of 5 and 2 gains of 4. Matt Woods on the evening, 7 carries for 17 yards. His longest gain of the evening, 6 yards. And Joe Turley, 4 carries for 19 yards. And he has Blacksburg's biggest offensive play, and that was an 11-yard run. And the rough totals for the Bruins, 60 yards rushing this evening so far on 20 carries. So about 3 yards per carry for the Bruins. And Tim Clemens has the Bruins' only catch of the night for 9 yards. Unofficially, Blacksburg with 5 first downs and 3 penalties for 20 yards. Now, on the other end, for Christiansburg, Andrew Hoffer, roughly 0 of 5 on the evening. Has not completed a pass. 1 carry for, check that, 2 carries for a negative 3 yards. And talk about his passing statistics, and it's going to be very hard for Hoffer to get over the 1,300-yard plateau, actually 1,400-yard plateau this evening. He came into tonight's game throwing over 1,250 yards, so all he needs is a couple of big completions. He went to his biggest target, Jacquez LeBoon, but LeBoon held catchless on the evening. Terrell Burks, 5 carries on the night for 12 yards. Also Chad Chapman on the evening. He's had Christiansburg's biggest plays. He has 6 carries for 55 yards, and Thompson with a carry for 8 yards. So 60 yards roughly of rushing yardage for the Blue Demons, and Hoffer yet to complete a pass. And again, for first downs, Christiansburg unofficially at 5, and penalties again 20 yards. So both teams pretty even. Of course, Andrew Hoffer on that punt return for a touchdown just really moved his way in and out of the return coverage for Blacksburg and was able to streak down the middle of the field and then made a juke on Talmadge Flincham, the Blacksburg punter, at about the 30-yard line, and he was able to coast into the end zone from there on this very, very slick turf. As I was mentioning, I was down on the field interviewing Coach Chris at the half. Very slick. If you're not wearing cleats, you're having tough footing, but we've seen some slippage tonight from the skill players, running backs, and receivers. We've also seen both Hoffer and Smith, the 2 competing quarterbacks, slip as well in the backfield. We saw Smith lose control of the football during a shotgun snap on 3rd down early in the game. And then he had to rush back and try to make something happen on another shotgun play where he slipped. There's also been a fumble. Hoffer fumbled on his initial carry of the night, and that resulted in a turnover for Christiansburg, and that put Blacksburg in position to do something with the football, but then they were unable to do so. Big night in the River Ridge tonight. You have Blacksburg and Christiansburg. You have Pulaski County and Salem, and you also have Hidden Valley and Cave Spring. Yes, Cave Spring, they close out their final 5 games of the season at White Local Stadium in and Southwest Roanoke. However, tonight they are the visiting team, but it does not matter as those two teams share the same facility. And Cave Spring and Hidden Valley both in the playoffs. They are just jockeying on position, for position. Christiansburg also trying to solidify their #1 seed in the upcoming Region 3, Division 3 playoffs. Right now we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have more halftime activities from Blacksburg. It is Christiansburg 7, Blacksburg nothing. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Blacksburg Bruins football on Super Talk 101.7.
Richie! 顧住嗰個人，我唔信得過佢啊。
Yo, Ty, what up, Richie? What up, player?
爺爺，係你叫我唔好判人㗎，你記唔記得啊
How you doing, son?
All right, man.
Chilling, of course.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
Welcome back to halftime here from Bill Brown. It is 7-0 Christiansburg. You know, this season's been strange. You started out with so much promise. 21-7, they knock off Giles to get off to a 1-0 start. Then, you know, you didn't win for a long time, for 6 weeks after that. And they got the big emotional win against Hidden Valley. You hope it's not the final one. You like to see them be able to pull it off tonight. Still a lot of time to do that, but this has been a special group of kids, especially this senior class. As again, Coach Chris said early on, the mentality of this team was strong. The one thing they couldn't afford was injuries to key personnel. They just didn't have the depth, and that has really been hitting them hard. And you can kind of sense the season changing around. Jerry went up to Mitchell Stadium on a beautiful Saturday and coming off feeling great about that game against Giles. And I don't know, maybe they were looking ahead. Maybe they weren't ready for Graham, who'd gotten smothered by Bluefield, their arch rival in the first game. And Graham just laid it to them on both sides. And I don't think the team ever responded to that at all. And then some little things happened. You know, Botetourt, they played a great game. They'll get back into it, and they go for 2, you know, with 5 seconds, and they fumble the football. And we never know what would have happened in that game. And then, of course, the tough loss in overtime, the north side. Or it could be, you could be looking at a 5-5, 6-4 type of season right now.
We also had a lack of continuity in the first half of the season. When you had 2 bye weeks with a 3-week span, you had the William Fleming situation where you had to move an away game home, and you were not sure if Blacksburg was not sure if they were going to play or not, and it just became a big mess. And I think, you know, little situations like that cause a little lack of focus. And why not? Because it was an unusual situation, dual bye weeks in a 3-week span, and you know, something that you're not used to. Usually you're used to a 1-week bye week in the season, but because Blacksburg started a week early with their games, you know, that's the situation they were dealt with. But you had situations with the Lord Botetourt game, like you mentioned, and Northside. Those were the 2 killers right there. Because even if you're able to split one or the other, then you do go into the next half of the season with way more confidence than you did earlier on, especially after the Graham loss.
And you're right. At the beginning of the season, the VHSL screwed this up for everybody. I mean, the way they allowed schools to have the option to start August 27th or start the next week in September. And Blacksburg says they'll never do it that way again. And now they've announced unilaterally you're going to have 12 weeks to play 10 games next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a big mess. As far as, it'll help schools that are maybe in between a 2-year contract, schools that might be opening up that have to find an opponent and whatnot, because the VHSL, over 300 public schools right now. My, oh my, has that grown. But it's definitely going to stretch out the season. And you're looking at 16 total weeks of play here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. As far as high school is concerned, usually, back in the day, you have 10 weeks, no off week, and you go into 4 weeks of the playoffs, and you were done. That's no longer the case in the VHSL.
7-0 here. Again, however it turns out, make sure you support and congratulate these kids, because again, they give it all they have each and every week, as does Christiansburg and all the teams every week during high school football Friday nights. Let's take our final 2-minute break. We'll come back. It'll be time for the second half kick between the Bruins and the Blue Demons. After this, you're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
No one looks back fondly on the years they spent in a parking garage. When we lose a historic place, we lose a part of who we are. Help protect historic places in your community. Visit nationaltrust.org.
Welcome back. Alongside Jerry Massey, I'm Rick Watson. We're just about to begin second half action. Both teams back out onto the field, or at least Blacksburg now heading back out onto the field. 17-0, third quarter. Pulaski and Salem. Pulaski's got a 4th down and goal coming up. Go ahead and try the field goal here. What do you think? You got to have 3 scores anyway.
You got to get some points.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you have to get some points. You have to get it now. There's no better time than the present.
We'll find out what they decided to do 4th down here. Blacksburg will be on defense to start out the second half, and we'll see if the halftime speech did anything to help out this team. I know Coach Chris was very intense. He's been intense the whole time. You know, we saw him out there on the field before the game. He didn't really have a lot to say, did he?
No, not a whole lot. He was very intense.
They're he and his wife, Faye, they're going to be heading out tomorrow to go see their new grandbaby, huh? Down in Louisiana. So they have an early plane ride they're going to catch. Hopefully they'll be talking about a big come-from-behind victory here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium on the way down. All right, defense going to be tested early on for Blacksburg. Christiansburg's going to return it from left to right as Will Matthews will boot it to the Blue Demons, who lead it 7-0. What happened up in Dublin?
Well, Pulaski County just called a timeout for personnel issues, and now they're down to 2 timeouts. But Luis Pescura getting ready to kick a 27-yard field goal. Has not kicked a field goal all season long. We got you covered, man. We have dual action right
telling
here
you,
on Super
baby.
Talk 101.7.
Where else do you need to be? You got to love a guy named Luis Pescura, huh?
That's right.
All right, Matthews from the 40 right to left. Back deep will be Chapman. He is flanked on the play by Deshaun Grandy and Terrell Burks. And our third quarter is underway. It's a low-line drive. It's going to bounce at the 20. That hit a Christiansburg player. Grandy going to pick up at the 25, near sideline 30. Got a seam 35, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Depends on the spot here. Jared Walters edged him out of bounds. As again, that took a weird hop and kind of died. Grandy picked it up, had some room to roam, and again, good field position for Christiansburg, officially at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, deflected off of a Christiansburg up back. Therefore, stopped the ball's momentum. So the Blue Demons, good field position now. They can afford to run the football, try to wear down the Blacksburg defense, even though both teams just got out of the locker room at halftime.
Boyd out to the left. Thompson goes in motion from the wing. They're going to hand off to the fullback, and that is Burks. He's got a 1st down and more across the 50 all the way down to the 45-yard line. That's an 18-yard pickup on 1st down for Terrell Burks. Jerry mentioned leads this team in rushing this season, 750 yards, and he had a large seam just straight up the middle for a big run. Not a good start for Blacksburg to start out this third quarter, and right now the emotions seem to be siding with Christiansburg. They seem to be a little bit more into it, at least on the first couple of sequences. Thompson will go in motion. They're going to hand it off to him. He's got it over the left side. He's going to be at the 40. He's got 5 on 1st down. Nice open field tackle on the play. Maybe an injury. That was Grant Sims who came up to cut his legs out from underneath him, but Grant's okay. 2nd down and 5 from the Blacksburg 40.
And Blacksburg showing a 4-man front on that play there and dropping back 7. But a little outside sweep action there by Christiansburg, able to get 5 yards. So a couple positive plays here in this second session by the Blue Demons.
Jacques Laboon will be split to the near side. That's the right side of the field. Yet to catch a pass. Chapman goes in motion this time. It's going to be Burks. Across the 40, 1st down, 35. Hard running by the fullback to the 33-yard line. He got 7. Again, Holmes came up along with Grant Duncan, Jonathan Howard, but offensive line for Christiansburg blowing them off the ball here to start out the third quarter.
3 offensive plays, 2 1st downs for Christiansburg. And 1st downs in the first half, the Blue Demons able to really put it to Blacksburg. They had 7, or actually they had 5. Now they have 7 for the game.
10:40 to go, first series for Christiansburg here in the third quarter. The wingback goes in motion on the left. It's going to be handed off to Dawson. Jeff Dawson on the right side. He breaks a tackle, and he's got about 8 more down to the 25-yard line. Just hard running again from the 33 to the 25, and that's the first carry by Jeff Dawson, who used to be a starting tailback on this team. And kind of lost his way with all the talented players they have at the skill positions, but he's getting some work here. And Jeff Dawson is a senior who's never been able to beat Blacksburg, and that's a nice gesture there by Coach Cromer to get him on the field. Second and long, 2. Chapman goes in motion, wing on the left, takes the handoff, and he's going to squirt ahead and be tackled about a yard shy of the first down. Holmes and Walters there to make the stop. Third down and a short 1 coming up. The ball will be just inside the 24.
And again, 4-down territory, you have to thank for Christiansburg. They were in this same area of the field in the first quarter, and Blacksburg stopped them on 4 downs. You know, Christiansburg able to run the football here starting this second half. And, you know, to mention Dawson, you know, he would line up as the wing on the right, used as a decoy. Blacksburg not really focusing on him to run the football.
Handoff. Nope. Hoffer's going to keep it, run around the near side. That was a great fake. He's got his first down inside the 20 to the 15. 9 on third down and a yard. Jonathan Howard rides him to the turf. Right now, everything clicking for Christiansburg out of this wing T offense. That was a beautiful play fake by Hoffer.
You notice Hoffer took really good care of the football there, just corralling it. And he saw a hole to his left. After he ran to his right, tried to zigzag it back up to the middle of the field. Blacksburg there defensively to stop him from getting any further, but Christiansburg really has the Blacksburg defense on skates going backwards at this moment in time.
From the 15 of Blacksburg, handoff will go to Birch, the fullback. He cuts inside the 10. He's approaching the first down at the 5. He's going to be close. Look at him just power his way to the 6. 9 on first down. Turley and Holmes finally were able to get him down to the ground. Look at these Christiansburg players getting up. They're clapping, they're fired up, running back to the huddle. The Blacksburg kids look totally dejected here as so far it's just been a dose of Christiansburg running it right down their throats. Vaughn Vimp senses this is a desperate time. He's going to call a timeout, bring his defense over. From the 6, it's second down and 1. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll come back to Bill Brown after this. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Hey, hey, amigo. Hey, I asked you for whole wheat bread. El Guido.
Sorry for the confusion.
You know, that's the problem with these people. If you want to serve Americans, you got to learn to speak the language. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir. I don't.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
All right, welcome back. Big second down and 1 coming up. Blacksburg defense needs to regroup. They usually respond when Coach Phipps gets his timeout call. So we'll see what they do here. They're definitely on their heels. You said, Dre, they're on skates. They're sliding on ice the wrong way. Christiansburg very impressive coming out of the locker room. Coach Cromer, sure he reminded his kids, you know, it's been since '98. Haven't been able to win in this series.
You know, Christiansburg's run 7 offensive plays on this drive for 58 yards.
Wow.
It's over 8 yards per play.
So Burke's going to be the single setback again, 2 wings. Chapman goes in motion. He takes it from the right to the left. He's got his first down inside the 5. We'll run it to the 2. First and goal from there. Hit was made on the far side. That was, I believe, Grant Sims again. He's slow in getting up. First down and goal to go from the 2. And right now, you have to just think it's going to be a matter of which down the Blue Demons are able to convert, because they just can't do anything right now, Blacksburg, to stop Christiansburg's offense.
Well, they're inside the 5, Rick, and Christiansburg just awesome on this possession here in the second quarter, just driving it down the Blacksburg defense. And Chapman there could have picked any hole that he wanted, you know, between the guard and the tackle, or he could have popped it outside.
First and goal. Is it going to be the wing back? Yes, it will. A touchdown. Chapman from 2 yards, and it's 13-0 Christiansburg, and that's very, very impressive by a team that's headed to the playoffs trying to secure the #1 seed in the region.
Well, Rick, that's a 9-play drive, and in the first half, Christiansburg picked up 5 first downs total. On that drive, they picked up 5 first downs. Here in the second half, 3 minutes, 34 seconds off the clock.
That says a whole lot right there. Hoffer will hold the extra point attempt. Zach Boyd will try to add point number 14 as he approaches, puts his toe through it, and his kick is up and good. 8:26 to go. 14-0 the score swells. Christiansburg up on Blacksburg. We're back for the kick. You're listening to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7. It was a 9-play, 63-yard drive. 3 minutes, 34 seconds off the clock. And it's now 14-0. And it's going to be very tough at this point, I think, for Blacksburg, unless they get a couple big plays on offense. As the team, again, you can just tell their emotions have been totally taken from them after that very impressive drive. That's a championship type of drive by Christiansburg, a team that's gearing up to continue their season next week. Here's Boyd going to kick it back from left to right to the Bruins. Still plenty of time, though, for Blacksburg. 8:26 to go. Get a big return here. And it's going to be taken by Holmes at the 10. The sensational freshman across the 15-20, lowers his head into the pile at the 26. He'll take it, 11-yard return, and that's where Blacksburg's going to have it from right to left. And, you know, I know there's a lot of time left, but this could be a must-convert type of series for Blacksburg.
Well, you have to get something positive going offensively, Rick. And for Blacksburg at the end of the first half, just basic dive plays, nothing too fancy. Attempted a couple of passes, did not work. But for Blacksburg, you really have to mix it up because Christiansburg, they're reading the run right now, and they also know that Daniel Smith has been unsuccessful throwing the football. So advantage to the Blue Demons twofold right there.
Shotgun by Daniel Smith at his 20-yard line. The two receivers are split to the left side. 3-step drop out of the gun, and Smith again throws the ball immediately. Look at that shoulder. He just lowers his shoulder in pain. Young man just cannot get it out on those out patterns to his receivers because he just doesn't have the arm strength. Second down and 10 that's just tough. That's very, very tough. And Daniel Smith's going to leave the football game. Daniel Smith just took himself out of the football game. He is in a lot of pain. And now Tyler Holmes, the freshman, looks like he's going to come out and quarterback the team. But Daniel Smith threw that ball, Jerry, immediately. You could just see him walk toward the sideline. That right shoulder hunched down, and there's just no way he can continue. There is no way. He tried, and that shoulder's been a problem for about the last 3 weeks. And now you have Holmes taking his first snap of the year as a quarterback, and he's going to run out of it. Look at Tyler Holmes across the 35, and he's going to be near first down. There you go. You know, they already say he might be the best athlete without Josh Sells out there on the team as a freshman. He just took the snap, ran it over right tackle, and looked like he got his first down.
Design play all the way. You're going to see what the kid can do. Great speed out to the right side. He's able to pick up the first down. First carry, 10 yards, and a first down.
Now Daniel Smith back out there. Salem up on Pulaski, 24-3. They've returned 2 fumbles for touchdowns. Wow. Special teams, or check that defensive turnover. We saw it last week against Blacksburg, too. They just convert. Look at Smith back out there at the 30. High snap. He brings it down. Shovel pass. Bennett's got it. Looking to get outside. He does. Good block. 45, 46, 47-yard line. He should have 10 on the play and another first. Gill pushed him out of bounds. That was a nice block here by Dylan Gabbert. So back-to-back first down plays. Maybe that was just a design thing to get Holmes out there instead of it being such a serious injury to Smith. But nice shovel pass, nice direct snap to your best athlete. I like it.
See how hungry Holmes is out there? He's giddy. I mean, he wants to play. He wants to get in there, and evidenced by the crowd, they'd like to see him in there as well. A couple first downs so far for Blacksburg on this drive.
Put him out there again, why not? Right now, though, it's Smith for first down at the 47. Out of the eye, they'll work wing on the right. And they're going to run the option that way, and this is going to be Turley catching it and carrying ahead for about a yard to the 47. Who was that streaking through there? That was Dickerson, who turned that back in. That was a terrific defensive play, and then really all Asconi had to do was just put his hat on the ball carrier. Nice play, 2nd and 9.
I like the mix-up with the option, though. It creates a different look, you know, something Christiansburg not used to seeing from Blacksburg. You know, a couple of wrinkles that the Blue Demons may anticipate. You know, Woods diving straight up the middle or trying to cut it outside the tackle, or Daniel Smith dropping back trying to find his 2 favorite receivers. Other than that, really don't have too much to go on.
Well, here's Holmes at his 41. Takes the snap. He's going to run it. Tyler Holmes to about the 50. He's got 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 coming up for Blacksburg. And it was a design snap right to him. Let Holmes get out there and try to create. They have a very talented group of young players coming up through their freshman and 8th grade programs. So Holmes, one of those kids they had to call up early in the year from the freshman squad because he was available, healthy, playing well, and they just needed the depth.
And Daniel Smith is back in at quarterback.
For 3rd down and 6. 6:40 to go. And he's still not at the line of scrimmage. He's getting the play call. He's going to be in the shotgun, but you wonder if he can throw out of it. I mean, I'm sure the Christiansburg coaches recognize how much pain he was in after that last throw. Look at this. He can't even catch the snap. It's loose. Turnover to Christiansburg at the 20, 35-yard line. I don't understand. And now he's writhing in pain, grabbing that shoulder. Why is he out there on the field? He's in a lot of pain. And Blacksburg has lost the football. Got to be honest, I don't understand that one. I mean, you got a kid who can barely keep his right arm up. He could not reach up to catch the snap. You're putting him in a shotgun. He fumbles. He got stepped on and then dove on, and you could just sense the pain. He's down there yelling out, laying on his back as the trainers are out there, and I think we've seen Daniel Smith for the last time in this game.
Yeah, and his shoulder was just planted into the ground as there was a scrum there for the football. Christiansburg able to come up with the recovery, but one of those situations, unable to get the snap. His arm in a lot of pain. Snap to his bad arm side.
He's up, and this kid's showing a lot of heart, and I just don't know how much longer you can go with it. I mean, he is leaving it all out there on the field. It's his final game, but mercy. He's just holding that thing down there. There's not a whole lot he can do. There's just not much he can do. So Christiansburg has it after the first Blacksburg turnover, 34-yard line, 6:23 to go. Now they have a golden opportunity to kind of put their foot on the throat of the Bruins. Receiver to each side of the field. They're going to throw it here. Nope, they're going to hand it off to the fullback, Burks. He's got some room to the 30, 25 near sideline. He's gone to the 20, inside the 10 to the 5. He's in the end zone. They're going to say touchdown. Yep, that's the right call. 34 yards out. And that is the dagger into the hearts of the Blacksburg Bruins. One play after the turnover. They spread the defense out. Burks on the fullback hitter up the middle, broke it outside, and it's 20-0.
And how about Burks, 68 yards rushing on 4 carries in this second half. And designed play, just a sweep, and Burks just out-sprinted everyone to the corner and was able to take it down the sideline into the end zone for the score. And it's going to be very, very tough for Blacksburg to come back from this at least 20-point deficit.
6:13 to go. Boyd in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Andrew Hoffer. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. It's a good kick. 21-0. 6:13 to go. It's all Blue Demons here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the kick. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
All it takes is a little know-how. Curiosity. The key to a lifetime of discovery.
Kids will go to mighty great lengths to impress you.
Kids know what's cool. Good thing you don't have to. Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Until next time.
I mean, they could go a long way in Region 3, Division 3. They have a lot of weapons at the skill position. Their line can play like they're playing tonight. We know they're good on special teams. This is the type of team do a lot of damage.
It's going to be a state finalist coming out of this region, I believe.
I think you're probably right. I mean, Timmy Cromer is just so far ahead of the curve of where he thought this program may be in his third year. Back-to-back playoffs for them. Here's Bibbins taking the kickoff across the 10 to the 15 to the 20, and he's cut down to 21. A huge hit put up front by Christiansburg. They're heading to the fourth quarter in Dublin. It's all Salem. 24-3 against Pulaski County. Turning it over tonight. 14 of those points directly, at least we know of, directly ran to the end zone. We don't know how many other turnovers Pulaski may have had to lead those other touchdowns, but 2 directly fumbles running to the end zone, and Salem beating up the Cougars right now. Christiansburg been very impressive in this second half, haven't they? My goodness gracious.
They made a statement coming out of the locker room. They went on that sustained drive over 3.5 minutes, just ran the football on Blacksburg, and Bruins really had no answer after that first offensive drive of the second half.
And as we suspected, John Cook now in at quarterback, the sophomore. Going to take the snap, breaks the tackle in the backfield, is going to throw, and Matthews juggles and brings it in at the 28-yard line. He's got 7 yards on the play. Pretty good throw there, standing tall. Cook was feeling some backside pressure. Again, Matthews juggled, was able to bring it in. Tackle was made by Gill. That's a nice catch by the senior.
And Matthews' first catch comes midway through the third quarter.
21-0. 5:40 to go here from Bill Brown Stadium. From right to left, the Bruins will work. Wind picking up just a little bit. They're going to run out of the eye here. 2 receivers out to the right. Ball directly in the middle of the field. Cook going to hand it off to Turlin. He's tripped up trying to run it out to the left side. Going to lose a couple on the play. Asconi was there. Nowlin as well, along with Chapman. Blacksburg struggling to keep it going offensively. 5:12 to go. Jerry, now it's 3rd down and 4 from the 28.
We had Bennett there trying to make a block, but Turley looked like he might have gotten his feet tangled up with his own man in the backfield. So the wide side is the far side. Maybe try to roll Cook out. Give Christiansburg a different look and maybe try to connect somewhere via the pass. But Blacksburg right now, you can tell, very deflated after the 14 quick points by Christiansburg in this second half.
Shotgun by Cook. He'll go back to his 22, flanked by Turley and Bennett. Good snap. Cook's going to fire it out to the right. It's caught by Matthews, but he won't have the first down. He had to get to the 32. He got to the 31. Depends on the spot. You got a very favorable spot. Sometimes these officials just kind of run where they want to run, don't they? It's going to make this very interesting. Look at that. He got about a half-yard advantage on the spot there in his favor. It's going to be 4th and very, very short. And you know what? At this point in the game, 4:10 to go. You going to line it up and go for it here?
I would.
Yeah, why not?
Very tempting.
Put your cards on the table. It's 4th and less than a yard after the spot.
Matthews needs to learn that he needs to run that route a little bit further, about a yard or 2 past the line to gain, so that way as his base is covered in case he needs to come back for the pass.
Well, here you go. This is the play that's going to keep Blacksburg with a chance in this game or totally hand it over to Christiansburg. But it's a good call by Coach Chris, without a doubt. I formation, the 2 receivers out to the right, 4th and half a yard. Cook under center, going to keep it on the quarterback sneak, and he's stacked up right at the line, but he should have it where they spotted the football. It should be a first down if they spotted it right, and I think they did. As Hank Stram would say during those old NFL Films highlights, he marked it good. They marked it good. There's the signal. He got a full yard on the play. First down. Good job there by John Cook to take it out to the 33.
3rd first down in the second half for Blacksburg. 8 for the game.
21-0 on the scoreboard, though. Christiansburg leading it over the Bruins. Final game of the season for Blacksburg. Christiansburg will be playing, they know for sure, next week. Region 3, Division 3 playoffs. Shotgun again by the quarterback, John Cook, at his 26-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Cook takes the snap. He's flush, going to run, and Buck's going to sack him. No, look at Cook spin out of that. Yeah, he's got some open field. He's across the 30, 35. What a great play. He's going to run it out for 9 yards. There's a spark of life by the sophomore quarterback. That's one of the best individual efforts we've seen all year long. How in the world did he get out of that?
That was amazing. He was left for dead in the backfield for about a 15-yard sack. He was able to elude Nick Buck, 6'2", 192 pounds, in the backfield, able to shed his tackle, cut back to the other side of the field, gets a key block from a guard, and is able to make something out of nothing. That was just simply an amazing play.
2nd down and 1, the 41-yard line. Receiver to each side of the field. What a great play by the sophomore. I formation, Bennett and Turley. 3-step drop by the quarterback. He's going deep near side. It's underthrown and nearly picked by Collins at the 40 of Christiansburg. Good idea that time. Just a line drive throw by Cook. Sometimes as a young player, he releases that ball a little too quickly, you know, instead of just sitting and waiting for the receiver. He throws it, counts maybe 1, 2, 3 throw, and then he needs to wait and throw it on 4 or 5.
Yeah, and he still has a lot of air underneath the football when he throws, but in that occasion, that's okay because he's trying to lead the receiver, and I love the play call on 2nd and 1. That way, if you don't make it, you're still in 3rd and short. You can still run the football for the first down.
2:06 to go, 21-0 Christiansburg here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium. 3rd down and 1. Clemens out to the right. Bennett, Turley. They've got 9 men along the long scrimmage once a game, and it's going to be a handoff to the fullback Bennett, and there's your first down. Bennett's going to get it across for 2 yards to the 43. So they're moving the sticks here, using up a lot of time, but Cook been very impressive with that great run. He gained a lot of confidence, I'm sure. Dickerson was on the tackle that time for Christiansburg.
Defensive line for Christiansburg really trying to hold their own here, and so far they've pitched a shutout. Have to be proud of their effort.
And it's one thing to lose to your rival, but you don't want to get shut out by your rival. You know, that just compounds the agony. If nothing else, if you're Blacksburg, you need to get on the scoreboard. Maybe you can build on it for the fourth quarter. Get that goose egg off there. Receiver to each side on first down. 3-step drop, and there it is again. A quick throw. Again, Cook just throwing it too quickly. Matthews, just as he was turning to make his cut inside, Collins had nice coverage on him. Just the ball was already over his head, second down.
Yeah, Collins and Grandy converging over for the coverage there. Just no time to react. Cook just really let that ball go as soon as the ball was snapped.
Well, Daniel Smith's injury again tonight, a huge part of this game, and the young man showed a lot of heart. Tried to continue, but just couldn't go on. Shotgun by Cook at the 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Going to be a draw play out of the shotgun, and Turley's going to slip down as he ran up to the 42-yard line. Got back to the line of scrimmage maybe. Nope, he's going to lose a yard. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 11 is up front for Christiansburg that time. Brennan Purdue just had the ball carrier fall right into his arm.
That's how you like it when you play on defense. Man just runs right into you. Purdue able to make a nice tackle, forces a loss on the play.
Christiansburg trying to end the 5-year streak. They haven't won in this series since '98. Matthews to the left, out to the right will be Plemons. I formation for 3rd down and 11 from the 42-yard line. That's where the defense can pin their ears back and come after you. Cook, 5-step drops, going near sideline. Matthews is out there. He's got it for a 1st down at the 46-yard line. A great pattern by Matthews, and there you go. You waited a little bit if you're John Cook. Nice air into the football. They needed 12. They got 14.
It wasn't the prettiest of passes for sure.
Well,
but he got the job done to the near side. You know, he has to throw it all the way across the field from the wide side, which is the far side, to the near side. So, in essence, he has to throw that ball about 25, 30 yards. And Matthews just still there underneath coverage. Ran his route long enough and able to pick up a 1st down for Blacksburg.
Twin receivers to the right in the form of Clemens and Matthews. 50 seconds to go. Out of the eye, they'll work. Running handoff to Turley. Gets bottled up, breaks out of there. He's across the 43 to about the 41-yard line. 5-yard gain. Gill in on the stop for Christiansburg. I tell you what, though, boy, these kids, aren't they just continue to come at you and play as hard as they can. You got to love that about this team.
They fight and fight every down. No letting up.
It's rare. A lot of teams would already have quit, you know, down 21-0. Not this Blacksburg group. Credit to the coaching staff for getting the most out of them. 41-yard line from right to left. Clemens and Matthews, 15 seconds. This could be the final play, depending on if they throw it or run it of the 3rd quarter. Cook under center. They're going to hand it off to Turley. It will be the final play. He carries ahead to the 40, got a yard. And that's going to take us to the 4th quarter as a tackle was made by Michael Brunich. All right, 3 quarters in the book, 21-0 Christiansburg. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout for 4th quarter action after this. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Hello. Yes. Can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Oh, it's gone. Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's not available.
Not available? Hello, my name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment on Park Street.
Just been rented.
Hello, I am Chen Ling. My name is Khalid bin Ali. I'm Tuan Vo. Hello, my name is Moshe Goldberg. I use a wheelchair. It's gone. Not available. All right. Thank you. Yes, hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Really?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim because of your race, color, national origin, sex, religion, disability, or family status, call us. Fair housing. It's not an option. It's the law.
Well, we're about to begin our final 4th quarter of this 2004 campaign. Alongside Jerry Massey, I'm Rick Watson. Certainly glad to have you tuned in. I want to thank all the folks who have taken time to come up to me throughout the season and thank us for the broadcast, tell us how great they sound. They love the addition of Jerry Massey as well on these games. Did I tell you that? Got a lot of comments about that.
Good stuff. Glad to be on board.
Said it sounded like you guys have been working together for a long time. I said, well,
it was.
We kind of have. 21-0. It's 30-3 up in Dublin. Salem has scored again, I was told. And it looks like the Salem Spartans are going to win their first ever River Ridge District title. Shotgun on 3rd and 5. It's Tyler Holmes trying to get the corner. He does, but guess what? So did the Christiansburg defenders. 3 gold jerseys there to meet him. Gill along on with Grandy on the tackle, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, no gain.
Well, with this game in hand, Rick, you just hope that no one really gets hurt. Even though it's the last game of the season for Blacksburg, Christiansburg, the stakes are raised a little bit. So you have to make sure that everyone gets healthy, get ready for the first round of the playoffs, where Christiansburg will take on a River Ridge District opponent, either one that shut them out or one that took them to 4 overtimes.
That's right, and it'll be here in the New River Valley in Christiansburg. A lot of pressure falls on the top seed of a region, too. They'll be expected to win a couple games. 4th down, they go for it. Pass was short, incomplete. Christiansburg takes over. Clemens had the ball about a yard behind him at the 39. It wouldn't have been a first down anyway. So Christiansburg now, I know Timmy Cromer. He's going to keep on the crowd and try to get this time off the clock. He's had a lot of wild games this year. Now he has the opportunity to kind of control the tempo. Very impressive outing. I'll tell you what, it's no fluke again. This team is good, Christiansburg, and they're going to do some damage, I think, in the region.
Well, we had spoke, Rick, that team that wins tonight probably would have to run the football pretty well.
That's right.
And Christiansburg took them a while to get going, but especially in the 3rd quarter, they established their dominance.
Here's Burks, the fullback over right tackle, cuts it back in for a couple to about the 43. Nice tackle on the play. Ray Williams there along with Matt Woods. 2nd down and 8. 10:55 to go. I won't see how much time Christiansburg can run off this clock.
Blacksburg with only 2 runs tonight of 10 yards or more. For Christiansburg, about 5.
There you go.
Big plays.
Very impressed with their offensive line as well. They're doing a terrific job. Here's a handoff again to Chapman over the right side. He's going to cut it back in. He's going to be near a first down when all is said and done. Across the 50. Depends on where they spot it here. It's going to be very close. Yep, he got it to the 48-yard line. Got 8 yards. And Christiansburg continues to move the sticks very impressively. I'll tell you what, that's just a dangerous combination. You got Burks, you got Chapman from the wing. You got a quarterback like Hoffer who can move, throw it. This is a nice set of skilled athletes we're seeing from Christiansburg.
I completely agree. One thing that their offense does lack is a lack of a fullback look. Yeah. But Dawson can come in there and do that for the Blue Demons.
Here's Thompson feeling his way. Look at him just cut it up. He's got a lot of room near sideline to the 30. 25, 20, 15, 10. Takes it all the way down to the Blacksburg 6. A very methodical 42-yard run by Nick Thompson. The wing on the right side, they actually call them halfbacks, but with their wings on either side, and Thompson that time just broke free and clear. That was a great seal block here, Jerry, on the left side by Michael Marunik. He's the guy who threw it, and then Thompson took advantage.
Yeah, 5'11", 233 pounds, just a junior. He'll be back next year, but Thompson was just wide open, just sprinting down the sideline. I think even he was surprised as to how far open he was. And, of course, the Blacksburg secondary had to come and bring him down, but the Blue Demons are in the red zone once again.
This game was 7-0 at halftime, no offensive touchdowns, and Christiansburg going for the 3rd here in this second half. Handoff will go to the fullback Burks, breaks containment, looks to get it in from the right side. Look at him fight ahead. We'll take it inside the 5 to about the 3. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and goal there. Walters in on the stop along with Joe Turley.
Wide splits on the right side of the offensive line really was the fortune teller there as to where the ball was going to be run. And Burks almost was able to put that in the end zone. A little congestion there on the far right side. 2nd and short.
3-yard line for Andrew Hoffer. The ball's on the right hash mark. Thompson goes in motion from the right to the left. Hoffer's going to keep it on the option, and he's close. He's very close. He's about a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1 as Hoffer kept it that time, looking for his 2nd touchdown. 3rd and goal, 9 minutes to go here in the football game.
Christiansburg fans, the student section, taking up the whole middle portion of the stands across the way. They have not sat down. They're still up and into this football game.
They're going to enjoy this one, you know.
Yeah.
They're going to enjoy it. Coach Kerr will let them enjoy it tonight and tomorrow and go back to work on Sunday at the film session, break it down, start working on your playoff opponent on Monday. On the right side, touchdown, Christiansburg. I believe that was Burks lowering his head. Yes, it was. Terrell Burks from about a yard out, and it's 27-0. His 2nd touchdown here from Bill Brown Stadium.
No, he just run between the center and the right guard, Lone and West, and he was able to just dive across the way for the score, and they made extra point. It will be 28-0.
Very impressive performance by Christiansburg here in this 2nd half. Boyd out of the hold of Hoffer. Jerry mentioned trying to add the 28th point. It's a high snap. Hoffer got it down, and it hit the upright. On the left side, no good. 27-0. The score remains. We'll take a break. We will come back for more from Bill Brown after this. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
So, son, what'd you do in school today?
Well, first I went to spelling, and then that was over. And then study hall, and then that was over. And then it was lunchtime, so I went to lunch. And then I ate it, and then lunchtime.
The less art
then
kids
we had
get,
recess, and then that
the
was
more it
over,
shows.
and school was over, and now I'm here.
Are yours getting enough?
Sounds like yesterday.
Art. Ask for more.
6 plays, 59 yards. Took 2:32 off the clock. My goodness, they've had some quick drives here in the 2nd half, haven't they?
And they've had 16 offensive plays for 16 runs here in the 2nd half.
Well, they haven't needed to show off that arsenal through the air. Now Boyd's going to kick it from right to left back to the Bruins. 27-0. It's a very high kick. Going to be caught at the 5-yard line across the way. Kevin Gregory across the 20 to the 22. 17-yard return as he's slung to the turf by Brendan Perdue. Well, we'll see how Coach Chris plays it. We just try to run the football, get the time off, try to get on the board, I'm sure. Outcome no longer in doubt in this one. Same thing up in Dublin. Salem going to be your first ever River Ridge District champions. A little over 3 minutes to go. Last score we heard was 30-3. Spartans, a dominating performance. And Stephen Magenbauer's club in a very tough region, but you know what? They have the weapons to go a long way as well. You got Amherst in there. You're going to have Liberty. You're going to have probably William Fleming. I haven't gotten a score on the Bird Fleming game tonight, but man, oh man. Maybe move to tomorrow, I heard. I didn't hear if they're going to play it tonight or not because of the weather, but be interesting to see how the Blue Ridge turns out. But I like Salem, and I like either team out of the Seminole. There's a throw and a catch on the near side. Matthews made a sliding grab at the 25. Nice throw that time by the quarterback Cook. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for Blacksburg.
So everyone will have, 2 tough opponents in regional play. That's pretty much guaranteed. And the toughest opponent that a team from Region 3, Division 4 can face out of Region 4 would be Richlands. Of course, Salem wants that rematch with Richlands. First time since 1992.
Blue Tornado, right?
That's right.
High formation. They're going to throw a tailback pass. Holmes looking far sideline for Matthews, and it's short. Jordan Collins had nice coverage again. These cornerbacks are very talented for Christiansburg. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Good play call, though, by Coach Chris.
You got to like the mix up there in the backfield. And of course, you have Holmes line up and have him sling it out there. Great pursuit by the Christiansburg defense, covering the play.
27-0. That band section across the way been jumping up and down all night long. Good turnout, though, from both of these fans representing the schools tonight. Blacksburg had a lot of turnout. These fans have been great supporting this team. They understand all the problems that Blacksburg's endured this year. 2 receivers to the left, shotgun for 3rd down and 6 for John Cook, the sophomore quarterback. Takes the snap, going to roll out to the left. He could run it for a ways, instead throws it to Matthews, who tried to run before he caught it and dropped the 1st down catch at the 31. Mercy, that's the way it's gone, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
You notice Matthews looked over his shoulder a little bit. I think he heard footsteps and dropped the ball before he could see it in to his hands and into his chest, and forces another Blacksburg punt on the evening.
So Rivalry Friday, kind of been a couple of games, haven't been close, huh? Here, Bill Brown up the road in Dublin. Haven't heard any other scores. Don't know how Radford's doing against Floyd. We'll try to get you a score of that game. A lot of George Wythe folks might want to know. We'll check in with Brian Brubaker and try to get a Radford-Floyd score. And down the road, Route 8. Flincham going to kick it back to the Blue Demons, and LeBoon made a gamble by running up to catch that punt. That was a mistake. He barely hung on, then he got plowed at about the 46-yard line of Blacksburg, and that's where the Blue Demons are going to have it.
And Coach Tim Crummer will talk to LeBoon about that situation, because anytime where you have a dying punt, it's so easy and so tempting, you know, to try to catch the football. If you're on the return team, you see some open space down the field, you might want to get a leg up on the competition, and those are often the times where you find fumbles and muffs, and other teams are able to take advantage of it.
Boyd out to the right. They're going to hand it off. Grandy from the right to the left is going to take it ahead for a couple to the 44-yard line. Grant Duncan there, Joe Turley still playing hard, Nick Green in on the stop, 2nd down and 8. We approach the 7-minute mark here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium. Final broadcast of the 2004 high school football campaign.
Basketball starting next weekend.
Yes, it is. You and I will be in our respective cities calling games at this time, huh?
Yeah.
We'll be traveling with the Radford men against Yale and Williamsburg, and you'll be Eastern Kentucky. Here's a throw by Hoffer. Heavy pressure hits Buck, the tight end, for a 1st down. 35-30, still going far side of the 25. Ball comes out. Blacksburg, I think, has recovered it at the 22-yard line. Nope, what are they going to say? Ball out of bounds? Didn't see a signal. Yep, Christiansburg football, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, it's going to remain Christiansburg football.
Okay, Christiansburg ball. Well, that's a nice throw by Hoffer, who got hit by Walters from behind. And he got it out there to his big tight end, Buck. 6:26 to go.
First completion of the game for Christiansburg.
Tim Custer split out to the left side. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Burke's going for the hat trick, carrying defenders inside the 10-yard line. My goodness gracious. Terrell Burks, just a huge hole. 17-yard run. They're going to spot it down at the 8. 1st down and goal to go for the Blue Demons. They continue to pour it on here in this second half.
And Burks unofficially for the game, 124 yards rushing on 13 attempts. It's nearly 10 yards a carry.
And Blacksburg has called a timeout. So we will as well. 6:07 to go, 27-0 Christiansburg. They're going for more when we come back here to Bill Brown. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
Mrs. Abruzzo, I'm here with the Neighborhood Watch.
Yes!
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm signing up people for the Neighborhood Watch.
You made our dreams come true. You have your cameras here? Where are you going, Mr. McMahon?
I'm going to check with the lady next door. Yeah,
are you going to get the check?
Start a Neighborhood Watch. It's just one of the many ways you can help make America stronger. To find out how, call or log on for this free guide.
Welcome back. Rick Watson, Jerry Massey here with you. Pulaski County down 30-3 to Salem with about 2 minutes to go. Floyd leads Radford, by the way, 19-0. So they're going to be in. George Wythe 9-1, waving bye-bye if they win tonight.
That's amazing.
You know? Wow. Grayson County out of the Mountain Empire going to get that playoff berth. 1st down from the 8. They're going to hand it off to the left side, and the ball carrier is going to be tackled back at the 10. Joe Turley, Matt Drumheller there. That was Grandy on the tackle, losing 2. Under 6 minutes now. A 9-1 George Wythe team that lost to Lebanon, the top seed in the region, and they're not going to go to the playoffs, all because of Grayson County feasting on the Mountain Empire. That just ain't right, as they say.
Not right at all. Might be some time here by the end of the decade that the Virginia High School League may have to look at consolidating some districts and Group Single A and maybe reworking this thing, because every single year it happens.
Well, they'll look at it and then they won't do anything about it, because the VHSL is almost as inept as the NCAA. Not quite. It's close. But
they don't have Miles Brand.
They don't have Miles Brand. That's true. We have a timeout on the field. Third down. The officials have stopped it. Now they're rolling their arms, I believe. We approach the 5-minute mark. There we go. Teams went back to their huddles. And Christiansburg looking for their 5th touchdown here. Hoffer under center. Third down. They're going to run it out to the right. This is Chapman trying to get the corner, breaks a tackle. Flag is down, and Chapman is down inside the 5, and we'll see what this flag's all about.
Probably going to be a hold on the backside of the play. Move it 10 yards back from the spot of the foul, or actually an illegal block in the back.
Well, if you're Blacksburg, you go ahead and I guess take it. If you don't take it, it's going to be 4th down. If you do take it, it's 3rd down and very long, and the Christiansburg players are already walking backward, accepting the fate here of the decision. I want to thank a lot of folks up here, as always, Brian. We want to thank Brian Brubaker, Jerry, our engineer back in our studios, done a great job all year long.
As always, getting us on and off the air.
Appreciate it, Brian. All of our sponsors all year long. Martin Jansen's our statistician. Special thank you to Ronnie Aiken, who has been just invaluable help all season long, as he is. Every year. Here's a fumble. Hoffer picks it up, carries ahead for a yard. Now it'll be 4th down from about the 13-yard line. Warren Murphy, the outgoing athletic director here at Blacksburg High School, he's given us tons of support over the last couple of years. We appreciate his help. Thank him very much. All of our sponsors again. Make sure we don't leave anybody out. WTOB, right? We got those folks in. Channel 2. Durley and her crew. Outstanding. And now Boyd's going to try a field goal. Interesting. Ball will be down at the 19, Jerry, so it's a 29-yard attempt. And the kick is going to be plenty long enough, and it is good. 29-yard field goal to make it a 30-0 game by Zach Boyd. 3:44 to go. And the Bruins are behind the 8 ball in terms of trying to get points at this juncture of the game as well.
And Blacksburg, here's a chance for the Bruins to fight for some pride here, try to get the goose egg off the board. They were able to do it last week against Salem, albeit it was an interception return for a score.
Yeah, you're right. You're looking on this offense being shut down for the last 8 quarters to finish the season. And now Christiansburg will kick it from right to left back to Blacksburg at the 3:44 mark. Coming up on our Chase Home Finance post-game show, Jerry will go down to talk with Coach Chris. That's going to be a nice conversation.
Yeah.
I don't envy you.
I don't know what's going to be nicer, the walk in the mud or the conversation.
Well, I think he understands, though. He understands where we are. You know, he really does. He understands where this team was going to be this year, and he's done a good job with the group that he has. Here's a good kick to Gregory at his 5, to the 10, 15, 20. Far sideline, 25 still going, and he's going to carry it out to about the 23-yard line before he is shut down on the play, and that's where Blacksburg's going to have it. 3:35 to go.
Be interesting to see what's going to happen during this possession for Blacksburg. Of course, Christiansburg, you know, they have to be ecstatic right now because they are 3:35 away from a shutout. And you know that just makes...
That means a lot. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That in a rivalry game, you're right. These kids are thinking about that.
Especially in a situation where Blacksburg has won the last 5 meetings. You know, Christiansburg, you know, they were used to being shut out for several years. And they were able to beat Salem. But, you know, Blacksburg has won this series for the last 5 years. Christiansburg will come out with a victory.
Somebody else we want to thank, too. I see her walking down here. Faye Chris. There she goes. Appreciate all her help. Always arranging my interview times with Coach Chris. Time out on the field. We're going to keep it here. And she's heading down to see her new grandbaby. I know they're happy regardless, the Chris family. They get to fly out to Louisiana tomorrow. Hope they have a safe flight. Of course, one of Coach Chris' sons is coaching on the Louisiana Lafayette staff. Got very strong coaching lineage in that family, just like the Linnebergs down at Radford.
Of course, Ricky Bussell, head coach at Louisiana Lafayette.
Did a good job with that program. Yeah. I watched them. You watch those late ESPN game plan game, late at night playing, and they're not bad. They're not too bad.
And they sent Florida Atlantic to their first.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
The Owls.
Florida Atlantic Owls, huh?
I believe so.
Huh. Didn't know that. I didn't know the owl was a, big bird down there in Florida.
I think it has something to do with their park situation.
Oh, okay. I got you.
They're wildlife refuges.
Okay. He's just a fountain of knowledge, Jerry Massey. 3:35 to go, first down from the 21. Cook under center is going to hand it off. A little counterplay at the wingback. It's Plevins. He's got some room, and then he's knocked down at the 26-yard line. 5-yard gain on first down for Blacksburg, and now Coach Chris getting all of his kids in. Another classy move there by the Blacksburg head coach. Look down and see Joe Turley on one knee in the mud. Tough, tough for these seniors knowing you're playing your last game and you're going to go out losing to your arch rival. First time that these seniors have ever lost to Christiansburg. As bad as they feel, how good does that senior class feel for the Blue Demons, ending the streak?
Very happy, going to be riding into the playoffs with some big-time momentum.
Yes, they are. 30-3 as Cook lines up in the shotgun for second down and 5, takes the snap. He's cut off. He's going to throw it. He's got a man wide open. It's Matthews first down at the 40. Cuts it back in 45, and he takes it to the 49-yard line. 23 yards on the throw and catch. Cook to Matthews. Good pattern again by Will. Boy, you'd like to get this in the end zone to get that goose egg off. That's what you're playing for right now.
It's pride time. You have to. These are the times where they may seem the toughest, but you have to continue playing with some heart. Try to get something on the board. They're halfway home.
2:36 left. One timeout left. The two receivers will line up to the left side. Shotgun for Cook, flanked by Bennett and Gregory. Bennett just a sophomore. Cook at his 44 takes the snap, rolls to the left. He's going to stand and throw, and it's incomplete. Double coverage that time at the 40-yard line. Matthews was the intended receiver. Second down and 10.
And again, the players continue to hustle. And even late in the game, 2:21 left. Diving for every ball. Trying to execute their blocks at the offensive line. Trying to connect on the passes.
Kudos to Daniel Smith, who tried to play through the pain, but boy, that arm just, you can just feel his pain. That one throw and then the fumble on the shotgun when he got stepped on, he was just screaming out there, and that was it for him. Two receivers out to the left again, some confusion at the line of scrimmage. Cook under center. Had to move some offensive linemen. Hands it off to Robert Jennings, and Jennings is going to carry, backpedaling down to the 47-yard line. He's got 4 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Bruins. They try to move that football on down the field as we've hit the 2-minute plateau.
Well, Christiansburg, they're pretty much guaranteed to face a predominantly passing attack coming up in the first round of the playoffs.
That's true.
They have Vic Hall and Gretna as a possible regional title game contender. You have Hidden Valley with their array of weapons.
Man. Yeah, a lot of different things.
And Cave Spring with some pretty good balance, but can throw the football as well.
Jennings on the toss. Nice cut inside. He's got his first down. Ball comes out. Christiansburg's going to have it at the 40, and that's going to thwart the final drive of the game. Wow. Nice run by Jennings. Had 7 yards, got the first down. Christiansburg going to get their shutout. As they explode on the sideline, and this team going into the playoffs, as Jerry mentioned, with a whole heck of a lot of momentum. And Blacksburg's going to end their season at 2-8, 1-4 in the River Ridge District. Coming up on our Chase Home Finance postgame, Jerry will have a conversation with Dave Chris. Christiansburg has called a timeout. Let's go ahead and step out one last time. Then we'll come back for the conclusion tonight from Bill Brown. You're in tune to Bruins football here on Super Talk 101.7.
find ways to make your home more defensible against wildfire. What have you got to lose? Except
We are back here at Bill Brown Stadium. 30-0 is our score. Very close game at the break, 7-0. Turned into Christiansburg dominance. They took the opening drive of the second half into the end zone. They haven't looked back since. Now Hoffer is out there. They're going to run the football here, snap it a few times, and get it done. Here's a nice run by Grandy to the 45 to the 47. A 7 make it 8-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 2 coming up. A couple more snaps, and this one will be officially in the books tonight from Bill Brown Stadium. I want to thank all the folks here at Blacksburg High School who helped make these broadcasts possible this year. All of our sponsors, all the individuals that we named. 2-8. Though it hadn't felt like a 2-8 season with these kids and the effort that they put forth. 50 seconds to go. A couple more snaps. We'll be done here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium. We're going to hand it off up the middle. That is Burks. He's going to have the first down, so the clock will have to stop to move the sticks out to the 49-yard line. Gain on the play of 5 yards by Burks. And it looks like they're going to move the sticks without stopping the clock. And they've just dumped ice on Tim Cromer across the way. And the crowd erupts for Christiansburg. And again, why not? This is going to end the Blacksburg winning streak at 5. Christiansburg started a streak of their own with this victory here tonight. 15 seconds. And they may not have to snap it. I don't think they're going to. And these kids across the way are going nuts. Tim Cromer gives his fist in the air, and they wanted this one very badly. First thing he ever said to me, we have to beat Blacksburg. Well, they've done it tonight. Everybody gives the Bruins their best shot. And tonight, the crosstown rivalry changes hands as Christiansburg knocks off the Bruins 30-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back and begin our post-game coverage after this. You're listening to Bruins football on Super Talk 101.7.